Hey internets, it's Jake from Mini Terrain Domain, and this is Highway of Blood, Chapter 4, The Serpent Caves, in our 1970s Call of Cthulhu, being run by none other than Alex, one of the authors of the very module that we are playing. And before I do the announcements, I'm going to warn you now, and then I'm going to warn you again after the announcements before we start playing. So this is an R-rated game. This is for mature audiences. We will be dealing with intense subject matter, content warnings for violence, language, potential sexual content or allusions to sexual content, torture, those kinds of things. All of us as keeper and players have had extensive conversations before the game, and we talk on the regular. We have safety tools in place, and we are all on board for what is happening. But you, as a viewer, need to be aware that these are some of the things that can come up. And if you are under the age of, if you have kids, they probably shouldn't be watching it. I'll just put it that way. You parent your kids how you see fit, but just know that if this is the kind of thing that interests you, then by all means go check out something else. Check out one of our VODs from one of our other games, or head over to YouTube and check out the Jasper's Game Week VODs. Speaking of Jasper's Game Week, Jasper's Game Day is somebody that we are partnered with. You can type in !Jasper in the chat. A link will pop up, and you can donate directly to them. They're a wonderful organization dedicated to raising awareness and prevention of suicide through tabletop gaming. Additionally, you can support Jasper's in another way and get a little something for yourself by typing !Coffee in the chat. We've partnered with Initiative Coffee Company to bring you Metete roast coffee. Wonderful Brazilian, medium Brazilian and Peruvian roast that Dwight and I personally selected this flavor to represent the Mini Terrain Domain brand. For every 12-ounce bag of this coffee that you purchase at that link, $3 will go to benefit Jasper's Game Day. While we're talking about sponsors, I am super excited to announce for the first time on this stream that we have partnered with Talon and Claw, makers of quality wooden gaming accessories such as DM screens, dice vaults, and trays, and their brand new, recently activated, and highly funded, I think they're at over 2,000% funded at this point, Whiskey Barrel Dice Vault, where he's making dice vaults out of the lids of barrels in which whiskey has been aged. You can, however, click on that first link and go to the Etsy store, use code MTDClaw, and get 10% off of your order. Sometime within the next couple of weeks, I will actually have some of the Talon and Claw merchandise here to actually hold up and show you how awesome it is. But yeah, be sure to check that out. That's the little TNC logo that is right down below my window here. I think there's only one other announcement because the other stuff's not relevant to Call of Cthulhu. So the last thing that I want to mention is, and we'd mentioned this before every single game that we run on the channel here, and this is always true. At any time, you can come to Mini Terrain Domain, whether we're broadcasting or not, and you can type !help in the chat, and some resources are going to come up for you. We know that things can be tough, times can be tough, as they are with quarantine and things like that, and you might be struggling with a variety of issues, but you need to know that whether you believe it or not, no matter where you are, your presence on this planet makes a difference. And there are people that are willing to talk to you if you need somebody to talk to. So be sure to, if you need it, and please don't hesitate to use this, type !help, and some phone numbers will pop up. I'm just going to read that first one off. The others are there for you to see as they pop up, and it will come up periodically in our chat. In the United States, you can call the National Suicide Lifeline at 1-800-273-TALK. That's 1-800-273-8255. Or you can text 741-741. Trained counselors are waiting to talk to you. I've also provided in that link phone numbers and text numbers for Canada Lifelines and a hyperlink you can click on or type in that will access lifelines for various countries around the world. So no matter where you are in the world, there is help available to you. Now, we are, in just a moment, I'm going to turn it over to Alex, but once again, for the new people that have showed up, final warning, this is mature content, very mature subject matter, content warning of violence, torture, other things along those lines. It's a horror game, and we do have safety tools in place, and we've talked amongst ourselves, so we're all on board with this. You may not be, and if that's the case, no hard feelings if you decide to leave. With that, I'm going to, not even a little bit reluctantly, turn things over to Alex and place all of our fates in his hands. Alex, it's your game.
All right. Thank you, Jake. All right. So, low on the eastern horizon, the waning moon casts a cold light over the desert around you. You can hear your own heart beating even over the rumble of the old pickup's engine. The chilly desert air makes you feel lightheaded, and the wind sort of gnaws at your bare skin. The tires kick up a wake of gravel as you speed along the red road, known locally as the Highway of Blood. Wallace. The steering wheel is slick beneath your hands, but it's impossible to tell whether it's sweat or blood or something else. The gauges are dark, and there are spiderweb fractures in the windshield that pick up the moonlight, making the road ahead difficult to see. There's a faint smell of motor oil and radiator fluid. Beneath the other sounds, you hear a slight knocking coming from the engine. You glance over at Janice, and for one horrifying instant, you see only ragged stumps where her legs should be. It's not Janice, it's Maddie. She turns to you and says pleadingly, "Please save my Jimmy." Your eyes stare wide-eyed. You stare wide-eyed for a moment, but no, it's not her. It's Janice. She's bruised and bloody, but her legs are still there. The young girl in the seat next to you is facing forward with an expressionless stare, but she seems more or less uninjured. Janice, your back is throbbing in pain. You open your eyes for the first time since the truck slammed through the gate when you left that place. You realize that your hands are shaking and you're very cold. You start suddenly as someone touches your arm, and you look down to see a small, pale hand. The little girl is staring off in the distance, and somehow her lack of expression is far worse than any crying or screaming you can imagine. Her other hand is held firmly across her stomach. Looking up, you see Wallace looking at you with wide eyes. He's always been a rock. When something went wrong, no matter how bad, Wallace would take charge and get things done. You've never seen him once genuinely afraid until now. You're dizzy, but you think the bleeding has stopped. In a sudden panic, you look through the back window, and to your relief, you see Jack's face pressed against the glass. Jack, the glass of the truck's window is cool beneath your face. You're quietly sobbing with relief at being away from that place. Breathing the fresh air is the freshest air you've ever breathed in your life. You have no idea if you're injured or not, but you don't care at the moment. There are no fucking lunatics trying to kill you, and there's no smell of shit, piss, or worse. You begin half-heartedly feeling around for your secret stash, but you can't seem to think straight. If you just had one hit to calm your nerves, you'd be fine. Janice is looking at you through the glass, and you remember a time when you were kids. Two of you had been playing, and Janice fell into an old cellar hole, and that collapsed on itself. She was sure the whole thing was going to come down on top of her, but and she looked like this. You remember taking off your belt and using it to help her out, and by the time you made it home, you were both laughing about it. But you never forgot that look. Laying next to you, you see Timmy breathing in gasps, his eyes closed. Timmy, you feel the movement of the truck beneath you, with your eyes closed, and you can almost imagine being back on the farm. Your grandpa would take you camping out at the back of his property. He always let you ride in the back of the pickup at night so you could look up at the stars. Opening your eyes, you can see Draco, Cygnus, and Lyra. A meteor traces a faint arc across your field of vision, and only then do you notice your breathing begins to slow. Your head is throbbing from the constant adrenaline, but at least for the moment you're safe. A hand touches your leg, and you see Butterfly leaning against the wall of the truck bed. Butterfly, you stare at your hands, at the blood on your hands, and the wind blows your wet hair across your face, sticking to it. Without thinking, you look to your left, and into your amazement, you see your pack that has traveled with you for so long. One of your sketchbooks is hanging out of the top. And looking back at you is the delighted face of a young boy that you sketched when you were camping at Big Bend National Park. Seems like a lifetime ago now. He'd shown up at your tent every morning with flowers for your hair. You made him a crown of them that he wore so proudly. And seeing his parents drove off, he kept waving out the back window of the station wagon till they were out of sight. You don't remember his parents' names, but you'll never forget little Jimmy. And so, Wallace, as I said, you're driving currently, heading down Red Road to the south. You can see pretty well, considering the moonlight is, again, kind of illuminating things for the most part. It's a gibbous moon, so it's just past full. What are you doing?
So as I'm driving, I'm just kind of looking down at the girl that we brought with us, and I'm just trying to get any kind of hint at as far as direction, making sure we're going the right way. But I can't like talk right now. I'm trying not to process anything. I'm just locked in on driving, and I'm trying not to think about any of the stuff that's going on right now.
You do see she's put her hand on Janice. At least there's some sign of activity in her, but she looks shell shocked. Janice, what are you doing?
I think at the young girl's touch, Janice would be looking at Wallace to see how he's doing at this time, and Janice would kind of put her arm around the girl to give what comfort she can to this poor child. And I think at one point, while she's got her her hands over this child's shoulder, she would kind of reach over with that hand and just kind of touch Wallace on the shoulder, not really giving him like a squeeze, but just kind of a reassuring, we're here, we made it, before she goes back to just kind of not really cuddling, but holding the girl.
And Jack?
I think for a long moment, I've just got my face pressed against the glass and just looking to see Janice start to maybe look like she's gonna be all right. And it takes a good long moment before I finally turn away, pull my face away from the window, and just sort of turn around so my back's against that front part of the cab, or the back part of the cab, looking at Timmy and looking over at Butterfly. And I just sort of lean over and just sort of with the back of my hand, just tap Butterfly on the side. Hey, you got anything? I lost my stash down in the. Well, I lost it back there. Just anything.
Butterfly's disgusted. She doesn't say anything. She just shakes her head.
I think you'd get such a venomous look from Timmy as his head would like snap up in this kind of daze. And like you would see that also across from Butterfly as well.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Yeah, the three of you
Forget
also
it.
notice right above your head is that makeshift crossbow. You can see up close it's been made of what looks like a big old truck leaf spring that's been welded to other pipes. It's very, very makeshift and homemade, but you can't help but remember its effectiveness. There's still a harpoon sort of loaded into it, although it's not cranked back, and there's a coil of cable sitting down beneath it.
Butterfly reaches over and kind of where the sketchbook is sort of poking out the top of her pack, she just kind of like reaches over and just like pushes it down into the pack where she can't see it anymore. And then just kind of like is sitting with her hands in her lap and is just kind of looking down at her hands.
The three of you in back, because you have you're kind of looking back the way you came, you can still make out sort of the dull red glow above the compound that you just broke out of. It's quite a bit in the distance at this point, but you can still make out this faint red glow of the fire that was burning atop it. Probably the metal is still hot from the flames. Wallace and Janice, if you could give me a spot hidden roll, please.
That's a fail.
We're trying to roll under, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Not in your life. I got a 94. So
Okay. Yeah, I mean it's dark. There's you don't have any headlights. They must have been smashed when you went through the door to get out of here. The Wallace, the smell, as someone who's worked on cars, you're fairly familiar with, and that smell of antifreeze is bothering you because and the knocking is getting so louder. You know that you probably damaged the radiator going through that thing, and this car's going to overheat real soon, even in the cool air of the night. That's bought you some time, but you realize you don't have long before it's going to conk out on you, unless you can fix it or do something else.
I'll look around the cab. Is there anything, any kind of, is there antifreeze in here by any chance? Or anything?
No. You just see on Janice's side on the floor, there's a box kind of jammed partway under the bench seat.
Okay.
and
Hey, Jan, can you check that? There's a box under your seat there. See what's in there.
yeah, she's kind of as soon as he said, there's kind of a box, she'd be like, oh, and we would pull it out to see what's inside of it.
Don't look inside the box. Don't look in
I
there.
know.
You don't need to know what's in there.
You open it up, and as you sort of pull out and pick it up, it's pretty heavy. And when you open it up, you see there's a large revolver in there, a chrome revolver. You see there's two of those vicious looking livestock syringes, with the pistol grip, both full of whatever the hell they pumped you guys with. You're still mildly concerned about that in the back of your head, what the long-term effects of that might be. But and there's also a coil of like it's a kind of thin rope. It's like a cord in there, maybe about well, you wouldn't guess, but maybe about 50 feet or so.
And I think she'd
You
kind of
vaguely
tell
remember
him.
being bound with it at some point.
Ew. I don't like that part. She'll shove that back in the box.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nope. Nope.
Nope. But there's also a few bullet shells kind of rolling around in there, extras for the pistol.
I would pocket those at least.
Okay. Yeah, the pistol is heavy. It's a big old thing. Wallace, if you glance over, you would definitely recognize it as a 357 Magnum. It's a big, heavy piece of metal.
Okay.
And kicks like a horse.
Yeah. I will I reach over and grab that out, and I set it down on the, I'm assuming it's a bench seat in the front here.
Yeah.
I set it down on the bench between us. And I just kind of motion to Janice, and nod to the gun.
Do you put it next to the girl or on her lap?
I know I put it to like next to Janice. So,
okay.
Sorry.
Well, yeah. I mean, okay. So you put it on the other side of the girl. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I just kind of mentioned to Janice, I want her to, need her to check to make sure that it's loaded and ready and whatnot.
Okay. I'm going to assume, Janice, that you have, what is your gun skill? Do you have any training in guns?
Yeah, I have 20% in handguns and a 40 in firearms and rifles.
Okay. I think 20 is the base, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I'll say you have a you work at a police station. You date a policeman, or soon to be policeman. And so you have I'll say you have at least a basic knowledge of firearms to check it out if you want.
I could open it and look for.
Yeah.
bullets.
Although keep in mind it is kind of dark in here. There's no internal light. The dashboard is dark. And so you have a little bit of moonlight coming in that's making it kind of hard to see much.
Well, I'm going to open the glove box, hoping that there might be a light still working in it.
There's no light. There are 2 road flares, which are light of a kind, I guess, but they could be kind of difficult to use in the cab of a pickup truck.
Yeah, I think I'll pocket the 2 road flares because those might be useful later. But seeing that doesn't give me any light, I'll just close the glove box and then in the dark try to see if there is bullets in the gun already.
Yeah, you crack it open and you can't say you can't really tell if they've been fired. Well, actually, yeah, I suppose you could just take them out and look. They all look to be intact. It looks fully loaded. And there are 4 more shells in the box. So a revolver holds 6, so you have a total of 10 rounds.
Yeah, I would just turn to Wallace and say 10.
And just nod. And I will reach over and take the gun back. And I will just set it down. I'll just kind of slide it under my leg.
Okay.
So that's close by.
All right. Wallace, you suddenly feel a hand tug on your. You feel a tug on your shirt, and you see the little girl. She's still not looking at you. She's just sort of staring straight ahead, but she's pointing forward.
Okay, I will look in the direction she's pointing.
All right. In the moonlight, you can make off in the distance what looks like might be a it almost looks like a town. You see a number of structures. It's a small town. It's not a big town by any stretch of the imagination. Smaller than Abattoir, if anything. A handful of buildings maybe.
Yeah.
Janice would turn to Wallace. Do you have any idea where we are?
Not a clue, babe. I look now. This, correct me, remind me. This girl, is she related to the kid that we're going to look for? Do
You
we
don't.
ever
Well,
determine that, or we don't know?
You don't know.
We didn't establish
Yeah.
it. Okay, all right.
Yeah. The woman didn't mention
Okay.
a girl. You just you just saw this girl as you were escaping and grabbed her to get her out of there.
Okay. But she did tell us she knew where the caves were, right?
Well, she nodded. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's really spoken though.
Yeah. Mhm. Is that where? What is that where we need to go?
She looks at you and shakes her head.
Okay. So we stay away from that then, right? So,
she points like past you into the hills to the east.
Okay. Yeah. Caves are off to the east then.
She nods.
All right, and I'll head that direction.
Right now you're stuck heading south because of the way the road goes.
I will continue to head south until I find turn off to the east.
I assumed, yeah. Yeah, the road is still sort of, twisting and turning as you're going down through all this. You eventually do see a side road, but a short distance ahead you see a second side road. Both of them look like they're going east, and she points to the second one.
Okay, I'll continue on.
You now have a much better view of this little town. You can see what looks like several low buildings, what might be a small row of similar looking little houses, perhaps. The biggest silhouette you can see is like a Quonset hut, one of those big sort of semicircular buildings made of metal and that kind of thing. But she's pointing down the second road to the left.
Okay, I will turn off on that road then.
Okay. She leans into you, Janice, and she kind of puts her arm around yours tighter, and kind of, for the first time, sort of moves in a bit to lean against you.
There. Did she tell us her name? If
no,
not,
she did not.
What's your name, sweetie?
You wait. She doesn't speak.
That's okay. It's been a day. We'll get you home safe.
All right. So you begin making your way around this around these series of twists and turns up into the hills, continuing to kind of go back and forth. But you're definitely heading up ground. You pass a sign that's mounted on a chain link fence that looks like it goes on for some distance. You can't make out what it says in this light, but you definitely notice a sign to indicate radioactivity as you sort of just pass by this area.
Do we keep going past this sign?
Well, you're not going into these fenced off area.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of along the side of the road.
Got
to
it.
The right as
I
you're
was going
passing
to
by.
raise an objection to this path if that was the case. So
the people in back there. What are you doing anything other than riding along at this point?
Butterfly starts to cry, and she's just kind of like trying to like rub whatever dried blood is. She doesn't have any water, so she's just trying to rub it off onto her jeans or something.
I think you would feel like just a hand on your shoulder, but if you were to look, Timmy's not really looking at you. He's looking always behind, just to see if he can see anyone or anything, but just that hand there, just to like acknowledge that like there's other people here, kind of thing. But yeah, he is vigilant.
I look
Actually,
over. I guess I asked Timmy. I
Mhm.
am kind of quiet-ish, but just loud enough to be heard above the engine. And all I say is, do you think I'm a bad person?
I think at that you would see Timmy's eyebrows just furrow for a moment. He just looks over. Why do you say that?
Because that's what you said. You said, you said that when I did what I did, that we didn't have to be bad people. So that must mean you think that what I did means I'm a bad person. And she just starts to cry like more. And like wipe harder onto her jeans.
I think Timmy's eyes just like flit up to Jack, and then back down. Just listen, this whole place, this thing, I didn't mean what I said. To be honest, I was more upset with myself that I couldn't do it. I didn't, and it's not because I was a good person. It's not because I thought it was right. I was too scared to do it. I was too scared. Even now. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it, really.
And then I just look at Timmy and I just say, I think you were the one that was right. And just, I don't make eye contact with Timmy when I say it. And I just keep trying to wipe the blood off of my hands.
Yeah, you feel the hand leave your shoulder as Timmy just doesn't say anything else. He just looks back straight ahead.
What the hell happened back there, Timmy? What happened with you guys?
It was nothing. It was... He almost can't bring himself to like say anything. He doesn't really know how to say it.
And Butterfly's like trying to pull herself together.
It was nothing. In the best of circumstances, I'd call you a bullshitter. Ain't nothing that's happened. It's normal. And I don't exactly know what you did, but compared to what we've seen in there, it can't be nothing. I don't think, I can't imagine you did anything that you didn't need to do. I mean, you and Timmy got out of there and met up with us. We had Janice and hell, I'm even glad we got Wallace. We're just out of there. We just need to keep driving and get as far away from this place as we can.
Well, not yet, right? We got that one more stop.
Butterfly, Jack, and Tim, if you could give me spot hidden rolls, please.
Let's see.
That is, I'm gonna spend 2 luck and make that a success.
Okay.
Away. That is a success. We got an 18.
I'm going to spend 1 luck and make it a hard success.
Okay. Jack, was yours a hard success or just regular?
It's a regular success.
Okay.
I got a spot hidden in 25. I was just glad to roll under it.
No, me looking through a cloud of reefers. So Timmy, you're the first to notice that you kind of, after this sort of conversation, kind of falls a little silent. You look over the back of the tailgate, and you see something running behind pickup. The red taillights for a moment pick up the shape of something running after you, and it looks small. It looks like a human, maybe a child, but it's running fast.
Oh my god!
And the way the moonlight is sort of picking up on it, it looks kind of dark, and then you lose sight of it for a minute. When you guys, Butterfly and Jack, you both see Timmy looking, you follow, and for an instant you see it too, and then it kind of darts off to the side out of the red light of the tail lights, and it seems gone. But it looked like it was getting a little closer. But now you can't see where it is.
Butterfly notices, like, what the hell was that?
I think Timmy is going to pick up like one of the big thing, the big pointy thing. I don't know.
Harpoon.
Yeah.
Man the harpoon, Timmy.
Maybe Timmy shouldn't be picking it up if he's calling it a big pointy thing.
Get on the big pointy man, the big pointy thing, Timmy.
There's one in the bed of the truck you can pick up, and
perfect.
It's about 3 feet long, heavy, but it's been ground to a pretty sharp point. So you guys are pretty alert. Wallace, you and Genesis are still up front. You're still driving up this road. The moonlight has made it, at least you can keep it on the road. But these twists and turns are making it hard because you're coming up on a hitchback before you notice it, and you have to kind of slow down real quick and go around. In the back, you guys being tossed around a little bit, and Butterfly, Jack, and Timmy, all you give me luck rolls.
Oh boy.
Oh, that is a success.
Okay.
I very badly failed.
Okay.
I got a 9.
I got a 25 out of a 68. Does it matter? Are there hard, normal, and extreme on?
In some cases they can be, but in this case, I'm just looking for who did the worst.
I succeeded.
Okay. I'm guessing Timmy did the worst then. Okay. So Timmy, you're kind of leaning, kind of looking, carefully with this harpoon sort of pointed out, and all of a sudden you see this dark hand come up, grab the harpoon, and try to wrench it from your hand. Give me a strength roll.
Oh dear.
Timmy's strong.
Timmy is pretty strong, so hopefully. That is just a success.
Okay, so you hang on to it, but you're pulled forward against the edge of the truck, and you see this thing hanging on it. It's heavy and it's sort of pulling you down, and you see its feet are on the side of the vehicle, and what you see is this small dark-skinned, it almost looks like a dark-skinned muscular child with long matted hair. Its face looks unnaturally distorted, with muscle, with thick muscles and bones, high cheekbones in it. It grins at you with this toothy grin, and you're not sure if the teeth are naturally sharp or if they're kind of filed down to these points, but it has all these sharpened teeth that it looks up at you with. You're not sure if it's clothed or not because you can barely see it. You're just catching what it is in the moonlight. But it has this big sort of thing at you, and it reaches for you with these jagged yellow claws and tries to grasp for your throat. You can dodge or fight back.
Can I, seeing Timmy get pulled forward like that, can I
yes
just grab at him just instinctively to
What is-
try to hold onto his legs.
What is your dexterity?
55.
Okay. Once we resolve this, you can. Yes.
Timmy's gonna fight back.
Okay. So that means you would make a brawl, basically a brawl attack. And what were you trying to just punch it or whatever? And it's going to attack.
It's a fail.
Okay. I think it's got a regular success. Hang on.
Butterfly is digging through her pack to see if her knife is still in there. Just in a panic.
Yeah,
Crying.
you dump some stuff out, and the knife clatters to the bed of the truck. Timmy, it does not get you. It grabs a hold of your clothes, and you get kind of a scrape from these claws. The smell is horrible as it sort of tears a bit loose, and it kind of disgustingly throws it aside, and lets out this kind of maniacal cackle, which just freezes your blood. Wallace and Janice, at this point you hear the sound coming out from the window, and you look back and you see them struggling with something. You have no idea what the hell it is, but something it looks like is trying to either climb in or do something back there. You're not really sure what.
Can I tell? Is it off the back of the truck? Off one of the sides?
It's off the passenger side of the truck
Okay.
at this point.
I'll look at the rear view. Or is there a mirror on that side?
There is not.
Okay.
Seth lost his mirrors a long time ago. This truck's been through a lot.
Yep. Okay.
He doesn't care about that kind of stuff.
Safety.
You're lucky it has a steering wheel.
Right. All right. I will. I kind of turn and I just I bang on the glass a little bit. What's going on back there?
You guys hear none of this as this thing is shrieking. Timmy's screaming. Jack,
God!
You reach forward and you grab a hold of Timmy. Do you just grab his clothes? Or you put your arm around him? What do you?
I think I just instinctively seen him get pulled forward like that. I would just try to grab a hold of his legs. So probably grabbing a hold of his pant legs or something.
Okay, yeah. So you reach forward and grab a hold of his pants. Butterfly, you get your knife.
I got my knife
pull it up.
in a stabbing hold right now, and I want to go towards the side of the truck. Yeah.
Okay.
So I imagine I look over my shoulder and I see that this is less than like probably a little bit serious back there.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna slam on the brakes, but I'm going to brake and try and bring the truck to a stop.
Okay. Yeah. So you kind of brake, begin and turn. You guys feel it slow down. Timmy, what are you doing?
Timmy is trying to get back into the truck, and if that means having to hoist this thing too, then if it's clamped onto him, then that's what it's going to be. But
give me another strength check.
Okay. He just wants to regain his footing.
Yep.
That is a success.
Okay, you pull it in. You can see the end of this harpoon is now bent from where this thing was grabbing it. It just sort of bent it as it was holding it. You can almost see little imprints from its little hands. And this thing leaps into the bed of the truck. Wallace, you see this as well, and Janice, you see this as you're looking back through. Butterfly.
I stab him. I want to stab him right in the meat.
Okay.
Okay.
Butterfly lets out a shriek and
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Okay. What kind of a thing is that? Just
that is going to be. Do you have any kind of knife skill?
Oh, that's a good question.
It'd be. Actually, I have.
Would that be a butterfly knife skill?
Yes.
Oh my God! Stop right there.
Indeed, it would. Yeah.
It's my
Um,
Dick
channel.
rolls a
I
hard
get, I
success
get,
on dad joke.
I get
have-
pun and dad joke immunity on my channel.
I have
That's fair
no,
enough.
I don't see any
Use
knife
brawl.
anything.
Just use brawl.
Okay.
We're good. Oh,
Brawl.
actually, we have use brawl. It's if you look down at the bottom of the front page of your sheet under weapons, the
Oh.
antler handled knife
Antler
is listed.
handle. Okay, so yeah, it's a regular. Okay, yeah. That's
Yeah,
it's
so you need a
essentially brawl.
35 to.
Come on. Oh God. Well, you're not supposed to die with luck, right?
That's what they say.
I'm gonna spend 7
Okay.
and make that a success.
All right. So you get to roll a 1d4 for damage on that.
Okay. It says. Oh, okay. Yeah. I sure will.
Yeah, you don't
I
have a
sure
damage
will.
bonus, so.
No, I don't because I'm weak. There we go. Oh, great. That's a 1.
All right. Yeah, you drag your knife across this thing
Mm-hmm.
and leave a cut on it. It flinches and it turns toward you, and you see the moon sort of reflecting in its eyes. It has predator's eyes. It has that eye shine that you only see in nocturnal predators, and it lunges for you with its teeth. It's gonna try and bite you.
Okay. Okay. Is that just a dodge or what?
You can choose either to dodge or to fight back.
Oh well.
Just to go over the rules again, if
Yeah.
if it's a tie on a dodge, you win. If it's a tie on a fight back, it wins.
Okay. I guess I want to fight back. I mean, I'm
Okay.
in fight mode. So just
All
another
right.
brawl.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, that is a big time fail.
Okay. Well, fortunately it missed too. So it
Oh.
you hear its teeth click like inches away from your neck as it tried to bite down.
Jeez.
Wallace. Actually, between Wallace and Janice, who has the higher dex? What are your dexes?
75.
Mine's 55.
Okay, yeah, I thought so. So yeah, Wallace, you get to react first to this.
Okay.
So you see this happening. Now you see this. It looks vaguely like a child, but you've never seen anything like this. It's muscular. It looks its shape is unnatural.
Okay.
Yeah, and you just saw it try to bite Butterfly in the neck.
So I've got the 357. Didn't we have a shotgun that we brought with us too, or something?
Yeah, I
believe
believe I believe Janice actually has
Janet,
it in the
you
front.
still have that? Okay. So I check with Janice and I make sure, and I just motion to the shotgun, and I'm like, you stay here with her, and then I'm out the door around the side, going after with the revolver drawn.
The little girl grabs you, Janice, and you hear she says, "No." And she holds tight to your arm.
And you hear screaming in the next second in the back of the truck. Just
Yeah.
get him off! Get him off! Oh my god!
Yeah, and I probably, as Wallace is leaving the truck, I'm like, Wallace! And then turn to see what the heck is going on.
So yeah, Wallace, you're gonna climb out.
Yeah, I'm.
All right. Yeah, you kick open the door, and it's chaos. This thing is fully engaged with Butterfly at the moment. You see, next to them are Jack and Timmy. Timmy's just fallen back into the truck after pulling this thing up into it, basically.
And it's on Butterfly, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, then I've got my revolver drawn, but I'm obviously not going to try and shoot it while it's on one of my friends.
It would be hard, yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm saying, shoot it, Wallace! Shoot it! Damn it, Wallace, shoot it!
And I'm not familiar enough with movement mechanics and action mechanics, so like what I want to do is I want to go to it. I'm going to hit it with the butt of my gun, try and get it off, and I'm going to try and grab a hold of it and pull it off.
Yeah, you can do that. I'll say like
okay.
Basically, you kind of step up on the tire, lean over the bed of the truck, and whack it if you want.
Yeah.
If you want to do it this turn. Sure. All right. Yeah. So you flip the pistol around, and give it a shot. This is gonna be a brawl.
Let's see, brawl.
And I think we use club for this. I'm pretty sure.
So which one would I use for this? I don't have.
Do you have brawl?
Don't have brawl.
It's under fighting.
Oh, sorry,
okay.
fighting
The
brawl.
F section.
Yeah,
Yep.
there we go. Okay, yep. So that is. I'm going to spend 3 luck points and make this an extreme success.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I rolled a 13.
My hero.
Yeah, you
That's my honey.
You hit it.
That's my baby.
It's going to do 1d6 plus your damage damage bonus, which I don't know what Wallace has for bonus.
Yeah, that's a D4. Yep. So
Okay,
that is 5 points of braining damage.
nice. All right, so yeah, so crack. You hit this thing across the face, and its head snaps, and it turns and looks at you, and it smiles with this malicious grin as it it doesn't bite at you, it bites down at Butterfly again, like it's taunting you that it's gonna bite her.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can do what you want, it's gonna bite. But Jack, you kind of fell back when Timmy got pulled back into the bed of the truck at this point, and you're kind of on your butt at this moment. But you see, I mean, it's a bed of a truck, so it's not huge. So you're still right there in the midst of all this.
So I imagine as the truck came to a stop and everything just in everything happening, kind of getting tossed around in the back, and in all this chaos as Butterfly dumped out her pack to get the knife, I sort of get knocked askew, and I'm in the midst of all of this stuff that's all of her contents of her bag. Mm-hmm. And as I'm trying to right myself, I put my hand down, and there's Butterfly's weed stash. Full disclosure, I did check to see if Butterfly had weed in her bag.
And there were names being called, and there were swears.
I am being called a lot of things in our private conversation. I'll just say that. So I am going to snatch that bag. My intent in this, I would like to use my action to snatch that bag of weed.
Okay. You do.
And sort of scramble back towards the front of the cab.
And to your benefit, it's doubtful anyone saw that. Everyone's pretty preoccupied at the moment.
No.
Butterfly mid scream. Wait, put that back, Jack.
Is that my stash? Yeah. Hands off. Okay, resume.
Yeah, you're over here.
Wait, 1 minute.
Am I a bad person? Am I a bad person? Kill it!
I swear to God, I will stab you in the face if that's my weed.
And at this point, I'm going to have Butterfly, since you've got a good look at this thing, and probably Timmy. You guys both need to make sanity checks.
Yeah.
This isn't human, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah. Ooh, whoa, that's a fail.
Okay.
I'm curious, because of the way this thing was, have I even seen this thing yet?
Not much. I mean, it's dark. You see a dark figure. For all it looks vaguely like it could be a kid to you. You're not really sure, or a midget. This is the 1970s, so it's a midget. You would be thinking, you didn't really get a good look. You just see this thing jumping.
All right, yeah. So I'm probably assuming it's one of these hill folk, these dust billies or whatever they're called.
Yep.
Cool.
Timmy, did you succeed or fail?
I succeeded, just passed.
Okay, so you don't take any. Butterfly, you're going to take 3.
Oh God. Okay.
And it makes sense. This thing's like right in your face. It's literally trying to bite at your throat, and its teeth are clicking. Its breath smells of blood,
man.
and you saw this thing smile at Wallace. This not as a not like an animal. but with something with intelligence. This thing is not a beast. It knows
Jeez.
exactly what it's doing. All right, Timmy. You see the back of this thing. It's on top of Butterfly at this point. Has her, pushed back against the opposite, the opposite part of the bed there.
Timmy wants to try and pull this thing off of her.
All right. So yeah. So give me a brawl roll. And it makes.
All right, that's a success.
Okay. It has a hard success, I'm afraid. So when you grab a hold of this thing, you try to pull it. There's a moment where you don't want to touch it, but then you grab a hold of it, and you kind of wish you hadn't, because its skin is slick. It's it has this almost like a rubbery quality to it, and the muscles are like rock. Even as you try to pull, it's like it's like trying to lift a boulder. It's just not moving at all. And you're pretty strong. you're not a weak human being. You've lifted, you lift patience and things like that. This is nothing like that. Janice, the little girl has your arm and is looking at you. She clearly does not want you to get out.
Yeah, Janice is not getting out. She's gonna try to protect the little girl. Maybe even have her kind of get down off of the seat, like off the bench seat, into that space where your legs would go, just kind of to protect her a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. But she doesn't let go of you for an instant. I mean, even if she kind of shifts her grip, she's not letting go. Butterfly.
I'm still just frantically now kind of trying to stab this
you
guy.
Still have your knife in your hand, so
yeah.
Right.
So make another brawl. Here we go. Fail.
It's gonna
God bless it.
It misses on its fight back. So as you're trying to stab it bites and misses. Still trying to bite on you. It has an iron grip on you though.
I yell for Wallace again to shoot it. That's all I do.
Okay, Wallace.
Is this thing still on? Is there any space? So there's no space. Still not a good.
Nope.
Okay.
It is right on top of her.
Okay.
And its arms are sort of like wrapped around under her arms, and you can see it's kind of got a good hold on her. Yeah, it does not want to let go.
Okay, I'm just gonna grab a hold of it and and just try and physically pull it off of her, and pull it off and try and throw it away.
Okay. So you're gonna try and grab a hold of its arm and yank. So this is gonna be an opposed strength check.
Right.
That is a
25, which would be a hard success.
Yes.
Okay. You whether you catch it by surprise or what, you put your feet against the back of the truck and heave with your full body weight, yanking it, and it lets go and comes off the truck with you as you go landing flat on your back on the desert floor. Give me a dexterity check. If you fail, you're going to take a point of damage.
I passed.
Okay, so you don't take any damage from this. You landed on a you landed well. This thing lands on top of you though, and it lets out this wail of glee almost as it lifts both its claws up, and it's going to try and rake down your body with these yellow jagged claws. Again, you can choose to fight back or.
Oh, I'm
dodge.
fighting back.
Okay.
That is a fail.
Okay. It got one hit on you.
Hmm.
And yeah.
I smile at it.
You can play at that game.
You take 4 points of damage as the claw rakes across your chest, tearing your shirt, digging into meat, and just leaving you bloodied on the that way. And it leaps off, and you hear its footsteps in the darkness as it runs.
Oh my god.
I like that even less than killing it.
The truck is still running. You're breathing heavy again.
And it's
Butterfly's
gone.
leg,
Like it's
gone.
It ran off.
all right. I get up and I go check on everybody in the back of the truck. Y'all all right?
Butterfly's just laying in the bed of the truck, just kind of dead-eyed, looking at nothing.
Wallace, we gotta go. We gotta get out of here.
Yeah. Well, look, I can't leave that boy. If y'all got to go, y'all go. But and then I don't even finish my thought. I just turn and get back in the cab with the truck.
Now, I don't think Butterfly and Timmy, you haven't heard about the boy, have you?
Mm-mm. I kind of, at this point, snap out of it, and I look at Timmy. I was like, what's he talking about? Jack, what's he talking about?
Actually, did I even know about the boy? Because I wasn't in the room when she was talking to Wallace.
I'm not. Yeah, I don't remember. Did
Yeah.
I think I might have mentioned it because I would have mentioned it to
Yeah.
probably both of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just
I
making
say
sure.
whether we did or not, retcon, I definitely would have said something.
Yeah, I think you three know about it, but
Yeah.
Timmy and Butterfly don't.
There was, when we were separated, there's a woman there. They had her hung up. She was hung up on a meat hook.
Oh.
And I mean, like, they had her up there and they had been cutting away at her. I think they were they weren't killing her, I'll say that. And
Well, what does that have to do with us? That's all back there. And she kind of nods back.
she had a kid. She told Wallace about a kid and something about some caves, and then Wallace closed the door, and when he came out, he just said, we need to get that kid.
We can get back somewhere else and tell them about the caves and this place, and we can't go. Look at us. And I kind of like gesture to where my clothes are torn now. Timmy's all messed up. Janice is not in a good way.
You're preaching to the choir, sister. I would just as soon go too.
And I open, I guess, is this the rear window of the pickup? Is this one that opens?
No, this is the 70s. They didn't have those.
So I at this I snap. I go out to the back of the truck. or I get out of the back of the truck and
Yeah.
I go over to Wallace's I go to the driver's side and I'm like, Wallace, where are we going?
I think Wallace is still on the ground. He's
Oh,
getting up
is he?
now. Yeah.
No, I went
Or-
over and
or he's
checked
I
on
getting-
said
them.
What was that?
Yeah, I'd gone over and checked on them in the back of the truck.
Yeah.
so-
Oh, okay. Right.
Oh,
Yeah. So,
then
so
I'm
he's standing up.
uh,
He's clearly bleeding. His whole chest is now a bloody sheet at this
Okay.
point.
I'm bleeding as though I've taken 14 points of damage.
15 points of damage. I don't even
I
have
look
that
at
many hit
Wallace
points.
and I'm like, Wallace, we can't go. We are going to die if we go. Do you get that? We are going to die. It's no maybe. We will die if we go. Snap out of it. Be a fucking cop.
I continue on to the cab, and I look in at Janice, and
Nope.
they want to leave. You want to go with them?
No, I'm staying with you. We've got to save that boy.
So I reach in and I grab the keys,
Mm-hmm.
and I turn around and I hand them to Butterfly, and I walk around the other side of the truck and open the door for Janice.
Wallace, think this through for a moment.
I thought it through, and I made that lady a promise.
And you're just going to lead Janice to her death too. Come on. You
The
know
hell
she's
you
going
are.
to follow you wherever. You can't. This is becoming selfish of you, Wallace.
That boy's life is in danger.
And
All
what
of
about
our lives are in
lives?
danger.
What about the lives of that girl? And he
Then you take her to safety. We're going to save that boy.
Butterfly
are
looks
you?
down
With
at her.
what vehicle? How are you going to get out? The more time we spend wasting here,
The little girl looks up at you, Janice. She says, "Are we saving Jimmy?"
Yes.
Oh. At that moment, Butterfly sees in the bed of the truck all of her stuff where she dumped it out of her pack.
Yeah, the sketchbooks all came out at that. So now it's just sitting there in the moonlight.
Oh,
And the
you
sketch
son
of
of a
Jimmy
bitch.
is ripped from the scuffle. And I'd sit back down in the truck where I have been standing up.
Maybe there's like one little flower that fell out too.
Yes. And I look at Wallace and I say, if we're going, we're going. You drive.
And I look at Jack and Timmy. Look, y'all don't have to go, but this is something I got to do.
I'm not letting you take my sister anywhere, and I'm not going.
Get the fuck out of the truck, Jack.
I'm going where you're going.
Then get in the truck, Jack.
I never got
And
out
be
of the
quiet.
truck. I'm in the truck.
And I kind of
I think I'm the only one still in the truck.
a little
I
levity.
think so.
At this point, I look up at Timmy and I just say, we're all good people here, right?
Timmy just nods. Yeah.
Just a reminder about rule stuff. Timmy, you have first aid, right?
Yes.
If you can perform first aid on Wallace, for example, he can get a hit point back. I mean, your character might think of patching him up
Singular.
anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he definitely would.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
There's no magical healing in this game, but there, a little bit of first aid can keep you going.
Staunch the blood flow.
Right.
Right. Well, Wallace, let me patch you up at least.
Right. Thanks. Thanks, Jimmy. Look, I know this is all kinds of fucked up, but look, there's some shit going down, and none of us know what it is, but we leave now, that boy dies. I know that. And I can't let that happen.
Timmy just nods, but it is just ever so slight, and he doesn't meet your eyes as he kind of goes around, I think, to like the tailgate, like if it opens up, just to have Wallace sit, and so that he can just apply some first aid.
It opens rough, but it opens. Most of the damage that this truck suffers is in the front. They run people off the road.
All right. So then it's just rolling first aid?
Yep.
Yeah, perfect. Ooh, that is an extreme succce.
Oh, nice. Oh my God, you're so good at nursing.
In that case, I'll give you I'll give you 2 points back for that. So you get 2 hit points back for that.
Dang.
It wasn't quite as deep as you thought it was. It was pretty rough, but she managed to put he puts a few butterfly sutures on it and keeps it together. I don't know if they had those then, but she patches
Throw
it
some of that, some lidocaine on it. We're good to go.
little super glue.
Yeah.
Together. So he gets you patched up, and you feel a little bit better. It still throbs, stings, but
pain don't hurt.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Get out of here with that.
You're a dick,
Get
Wallace.
out. Get out.
I have an important question for Carrie about Kate.
Yeah.
This bag of weed, does it have rolled joints in it already?
It's got papers in there, 3 rolled joints, and then some loose weed.
Okay.
You
That's very important. Because as a player, I thought, oh crap, this is going to suck really bad if there's no papers in there.
Butterfly is packing her stuff back into her bag and notices that it's gone and kind of.
I'm not even hiding it at this point. I'm openly pulling it out of my shirt pocket and I'm gonna. I imagine I've got my lighter from behind my belt buckle, and I'm frantically trying to light it.
Yeah, it takes more. It takes a while because it's still damp from the sewer and it stinks.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of sludge like tucked in behind your belt buckle. You don't want to think about what's in your underwear.
Just hot shit. Yeah.
Oh my
I'm just. I'm not even. I'm just shaking it out.
Yeah.
It's a Zippo. It's durable. It'll light.
Yeah,
It'll light.
It'll
light.
You eventually get it lit though, and take that first deep inhale. And
I'm staring at Jack, and I just say, "You're sick, man. You need help."
I'm not the one stabbing demon children in the desert.
Shut up, Jack.
I just toss her. You know what? I don't toss it back at her. I still hold on to the bag of weed.
I take the. No. I take the weed. I go back over and I take it from him, and I dump the rest of it off the side of the side of the truck.
Oh, that hurts.
And then I go back over to him, and I want to slap him in the face and knock that joint right out of his mouth.
All right. Yeah, give me a brawl. You won't take any damage from it, but
Janice is way too happy watching this happen to her brother.
Yeah.
Damn it. That's a fail. God bless America.
I imagine I just do. Janice has probably tried to do
well, it
this.
depends if Jack dodges or not, dude.
Oh, yeah, I guess that would make sense.
Yeah, Jack.
Where's my dodge? All right, I got a 27. Oh, shit. I don't think I can push it or do luck or anything. I got a 98.
That's a critical fumble, so I win.
Right. Yeah.
Call of Cthulhu. That's the rule.
Oh yeah, you give him a slap across the face. The joint goes flipping out into the darkness. And
Thank God I took a giant hit off of that.
yeah. You got a pretty good hit before she slapped it out of your face.
And Butterfly is just furious. I mean, like I'm having an existential crisis. Janice is half dead. Wallace almost died. Timmy is doing his best. And she's just standing there like fists clenched.
I imagine Wallace stood there and watched this happen, and if you just this just ever so slight smile in the corner of his mouth, it just peeks out for just a second, and then he climbs into the car and back into the truck and starts it. Or
it was still running, although
okay.
the knocking is getting worse. Now it's like
I think
you can yeah. Sorry, go.
I was just say I think my reaction to that whole thing is just to kind of touch my face where she slapped me, and my only reaction is just to look at her and just real quietly just fuck you and climb back up in the truck.
And I sit down kind of with a huff.
And I'll bang on the window a little bit and look, this truck ain't gonna last much more, so let's get moving.
Yeah, you put the pedal to the floor, and it hesitantly sort of picks up as it kind of and begins moving. There's steam coming from under the hood now, and you begin making your way up the road. As it turns out, you don't have far to go. This open. The road just sort of seems to fade out of existence about a quarter mile down the road, and this happens about 100 feet in front of a steep cliff face. There are several dozen abandoned cars that litter the area, some of them dating back to the early 1900s. You see an old Model A or the shell of one. They're heavily weathered, and all of them seem to have been burned out. A 6-foot wide by 12-foot high fissure stands out black against the lighter sandstone around it. Standing to either side of it are 2 crude sandstone obelisks. Each spire is about 3 feet tall, with a dark metal ring embedded in each. As you kind of sit there looking at it, the engine kind of turns a little more, and finally, clunk.
Oh man!
Lets out one last long hiss.
I think Janice just looks at Wallace
Portentously,
and it's like oh shit passes in front of her eyes, but she doesn't say anything. She just looks at him.
And Wallace just kind of hangs his head for a second. Well, I guess that's about par for the course today. And he looks down at the little girl. Are you good to walk with us? Can you know anything about this place we're going?
She shakes her head no.
Well,
but she clings tighter to Janice.
Okay.
Maybe she should stay here.
She shakes her head violently back and forth.
All right. Stay close.
All right. Guess we're walking. And hop out and keep on heading up the road. Or
okay. Yeah, you're not that far away. You're just about 100 feet or so from the this cliff face. Like I said, the obelisks themselves are clearly clearly carved, although they look like they've been weathered, which You being a native of Texas would know that that's, especially in this area, that seems a little odd because there's not really a lot of rain around here to speak of, or so they're either, they were either made this way or they're very old. But the metal rings themselves are about 6 inches in diameter. Some kind of dark metal, maybe iron. It's hard to tell. They look a little bit like hitching posts, but the or hitching rings, that you might see at a outside a stable or something. But they're the shape is more like I said, more like an obelisk, with a set point at the top.
How far apart are the obelisks from each other?
They're either side of the entrance. The entrance itself is
Oh.
only about 6 feet wide, so about 7 or 8 feet or so.
And I'm assuming it's dark, or I mean,
yeah. Well, out
Yeah.
here is, like I said, just the moon is even higher in the sky now.
mhm.
This area is lit with, like I said, a nearly full moon. So it's kind of and it's it's a desert, so it's pretty bright out here. But it's just what you're looking at is just like a black scar in the
and the
inside of this. Yeah.
but no light coming from it or anything.
No.
Okay. Is there? Did we have any kind of flashlights or anything like that in the truck that we found?
Two
No,
flares.
Janice found 2
Just flares.
flares.
Okay.
And speaking of which, I would give you those 4 extra bullets.
Yeah. Okay. I've got those in my pocket then.
Butterfly, give me a luck roll.
That's a fail. I'm putting these
Okay.
away. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, you used to have a flashlight in your bag, but you think you might have left it back at the back at Big Bend.
Yeah. Dang it. Yeah. Butterfly hops out of the truck and is just kind of waiting to see what everybody else does.
You don't
you
have
think- you
that
think you-
torch anymore. Oh, sorry.
What was that?
right. I don't have my femur torch anymore.
Right. Right.
Shoot, I really should have hung on to that.
Those flares will last maybe about an hour each. They're these big old road flares, so they
Mhm.
burn for a while.
Is it? But I'm assuming going into this entrance, it's definitely something we're going to need some lighting for. It's not.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So then I'll go ahead and light one of the. I grab one of the flares, and
Okay.
I'll light that, and I've got that holding in one
Yep,
hand with my pistol in the other.
and
revolver in
now,
the
now
other.
you're all bathed in this
Mhm.
kind of ghastly red light that these things give off.
And I've got my arm around the little girl because I know she's clinging to me. One arm around the little girl and the other arm
Yeah,
holding the
she's
shotgun.
always got one hand at least, like, grabbed into your clothes, and she's walking right next to you.
Is it possible for Timmy to take one of those, or that crossbow, or is it attached?
You could. I mean, it lifts out that they can like take it off and load it in, but it's big and heavy. I mean, this thing is like,
Oh,
like I said,
okay.
the bow itself is a leaf spring of a truck. This thing is a
Right.
beast.
We did pile, if I remember correctly, we did pile on like some different tools from that garage.
Yep.
So I think Timmy would take maybe.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Didn't you grab a propane torch or something?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that propane torch Timmy threw in the shed.
We used it
that's
to
right.
blow up
Yeah.
the shed.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
Never mind.
But I do think Timmy's still gonna like grab like 2 hammers if they're there, like claw hammers.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I think we still had some pickaxes from.
Oh,
They might not have claw hammers because those are more for carpentry, but you can definitely get like a little 3-pound like sledgehammer for
nice.
Oh,
Loosen-
A
yeah,
braining stick.
loosening wheels and stuff.
perfect. Yep.
Yeah. So it's basically just a little mini sledgehammer. Yeah. So anyway, this thing's burning now. So your clock's
So I-
ticking on that.
Just for painting picture sake, I imagine Janice has got little girl, tiny hand in one hand and shotgun in the other. Right? We're going full on Ellen Ripley. Right?
Yep.
They mostly come at night.
Mostly.
Yeah.
Classic.
So, and the light's already sort of illuminating a little bit inside, and you can see it's the passage. Looks like it descends, and just a little ways in, you can see the some stalactites and stalagmites.
Okay.
Actually, everyone, give me a. I guess it would be. I guess it'd be spot hidden. They don't really
That's
have a
pass.
smell.
Success.
Yeah, success also.
Fail.
No, I gotta fail.
Okay.
Sorry, if you get it right on, is that a pass or not?
Success. Yeah.
Success.
Success. Okay,
Yeah,
then I got
you
it.
just succeed. Yep.
Mhm.
So what you smell is a you kind of there's a as you get as you're kind of close to this opening, you can feel a little bit of warm air kind of coming out of it compared to the surrounding air, which in this area gets pretty chilly at night. But you also notice a faint sort of kind of a sour smell. You're not sure what it is. It doesn't smell like it doesn't smell like blood or anything like that, or even rot. Does anyone have any natural world skill?
Hold on.
I do.
I do too.
Okay. If you want to make a check on those.
Where's the dope heads?
Oh. Shut up.
Screw you, man.
Also, I got a hard success.
Did
That
you?
doesn't mean anything.
You know what? Just because of that, I'm going to use 2 points of luck to get a hard success.
It totally means something.
It's like
It's for
I'm
hunting
getting
more
I'm getting a
elves.
hint. I'm getting
Yep.
a hint of patchouli.
Yeah, right.
With subtle
Nope,
notes
just
of
patchouli. Everything's
lavender and
patchouli.
lilac.
No. In fact, you're both pretty sure. It smells like snake.
Oh God.
Why does it have to be snakes?
I guess
I hate
don't.
snakes, Jack.
I mean, it is called
Hey,
the Serpent Cave.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys smell that? I'm pretty sure there's something alive down here, and I don't think it's anything good. It's I don't know how to explain this. It smells like snake smell, or like you know how like in the woods when it rains and you can like smell all the lizards and stuff. You guys don't know that. Okay. Well, that's what it smells like. So
And Wallace doesn't even turn around. He just keeps on walking.
All right. So you enter the caves. Like I said, it descends kind of gradually at first. Yeah, the passage is clogged with these stalagmites and stalactites as you begin sort of making your way down through them. Near the entrance, it's not so bad, but as you sort of get through there, it kind of narrows a little bit, and you have to sort of make your way through the tighter areas, and especially up around this area, it's hard to go anything other than single file. So I assume, Wallace, you're going first.
Yep.
What order is everyone else going in?
I'd probably be right behind Wallace.
Okay. And
Then
the
I'm
girls
right
with
behind
you?
Janice.
oh, I'll
Okay.
go behind him.
Okay. And
Timmy
so
will
Timmy's
take-
in the rear.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, so you begin making your way down through this, and you have to kind of step over rocks, step over shattered bits of stalagmite, and begin making your way through these sort of narrow passages. You can feel sort of the ceiling is kind of low. How tall is everyone? Is anyone over 6 feet tall?
Not me.
I feel like yes that I read that, but I don't remember where. Yes, taller than average.
Okay.
Where's that?
So, yep.
I don't know if we mentioned the height on everyone, but I'm pretty sure Wallace was the one above average. So, yeah, Wallace, you're probably having the hardest time. You can, there's a few places where you have to kind of duck your head under, and it gets kind of narrower near the top, so you have to kind of move your shoulder around to kind of weave your way through these these narrow little passages.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
And you can begin to sort of feel the weight of all this stone above you, and you're going down at a not a steep descent, but a definite descent as you begin sort of making your way, and it sort of begins to like hitch back a little bit and go down farther and farther. You can still feel this kind of faint breeze of kind of coming up with the heat rising from below. And you can see the smoke from the flare sort of trailing off behind you as you're sort of holding it above your head, lighting your way. Every now and then it'll widen a bit, give you a little bit more space to walk. And you can probably make out that others have passed this way before, though it's kind of hard to tell, how many, what kind, because of the rock. But you can definitely tell there are places where it's been either deliberately sort of smoothed over or just to smoothed over time. And you begin continuing to descend further and further.
Would I be able to like make a listen check to like listen really hard?
Sure, yeah.
I would love to do that.
You have a penalty down unless you want to get everyone to stop and be quiet.
That's fine. I can take a penalty.
Okay.
So I just got to roll the tens
Roll
twice.
an
and
extra
take the
10
worst.
die, and you take the worst one. Yep.
I got better on the second one anyway. So that is actually a success.
Okay. All right. So, you think you might have heard some faint squeaks. High pitched. You being a nature child, your guess is there's probably bats in here. But that's not unexpected.
Butterfly now has her eyes like pinned on like the ceiling instead of where we're going. Really,
the passage is still sort of tall and narrow, even as it sort of widens, and goes up higher. And now the floor is sort of more of a pulverized sandstone. Wallace, as you're sort of moving along, you begin to notice a few bits of debris. You notice what looks like an old shoe, leather, but it looks like an old style. Not something you would see today. And it's sort of torn and beat up. You see, for a moment, you get a little bit excited because you see a miner's hat with the old light on it, but you quickly notice that it's broken, and the hat is dented in.
Oh no!
Your light picks up something a little lighter than the surrounding area, and you see a little a sort of ring of dried flowers, sort of like a little crown, kind of sitting there on the floor as you kind of walk up.
Does Butterfly notice that?
Yeah.
She is very bothered.
You recognize it immediately.
Oh no! Oh my God! It's this! Oh my God!
Give me a sanity check.
Okay, I will. I mean, Jimmy is a pretty common name. I didn't think it could possibly. Oh no. Yeah, that's a fail. Reasonably so.
You're gonna take 4 points of sanity for that.
Oh no.
What is Butterfly down to from her original?
I am not below. I am right now. I'm at 66%. You said below 60 is when it starts to get
No,
weird?
it's once you've lost 20% of your sanity.
Oh,
So
I
whatever you're
apologize. So yeah, that's below that.
okay. So give me an intelligence roll.
Okay.
This is when you want to fail.
Oh, good. Well, I didn't.
Okay.
Fun fact, I got a hard success.
All right. Oh well, it I guess fortunately in this case it doesn't matter too much. But if you want to give me a roll a d10 for me.
Okay. 6.
Okay.
Oh my god.
You see this and you feel the blood suddenly like course into your head and you also see her suddenly stop, and if you're carrying anything it just drops and she collapses to the ground unconscious. She faints.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I dropped my knife, which is the
Yep.
only thing I had in my hand, and
Yeah.
Go down.
I think it's I was in front of Butterfly, then Timmy was taking up the rear.
Yeah, so Timmy, you would have seen this right away. you see is Timmy there, or did
No,
you, did
Timmy went AFK for a moment.
Oh.
So
just
I
steps
think-
over the body? You know?
I think
Just-
seeing Butterfly drop like that, I would stop. I'd say, hold up to Wallace and Janice. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm assuming that Timmy's gonna, kind of
Mhm.
gonna down, and check on you because, nurse and all.
I'm gonna look at Timmy and go, should I slap her?
Well, you can ask him.
Screw you, dude.
So
Like the one time it is socially acceptable to hit a woman. This
Yeah, I
is
know.
perfect. This is playing into your
and
hands.
boy, M just came back going, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
What did I walk into?
Yeah, Timmy, you saw, you were kind of walking behind Butterfly, and you can't see too much of what's going on ahead because of the way the lights and shadows are. But you suddenly saw her sort of stop. She dropped her knife and then collapsed to the ground. And just kind of she kind of you could tell she fainted because she had that moment of like uneasiness, and you've seen it before where and she kind of stumbled a bit and then collapsed to one knee and then collapsed again against the wall.
Okay, I think Timmy
And
immediately
Jack just
would
asked if he should slap her.
Yeah, and then I immediately look at you, Timmy, and I go, should I slap her? I saw that on TV.
Of course you did. And Timmy's just gonna look down. I mean, get Butterfly to like sit.
Yeah, she's her eyes are rolled back and you lean her up against the cold wall. She doesn't look
Yeah.
injured, but yeah, she looks like she fainted.
Is she breathing? He's gonna check that first. Vitals, all of that.
Yeah, I mean her pulse is going. And after a minute or so, she her eyes kind of flutter open and she sees you. You see Timmy looking into your face as you wake up. After that,
I kind of
the
blink for a
circulation returns to
second.
your brain.
I kind of blink for a second and I look around hoping that this has all maybe just been a bad dream, and I kind of realize it's not, and I kind of just, my eyes sort of drift back over to where I saw the little flower crown, and I'm like,
Yeah,
"It
it's
was-"
still there.
and
Unfortunately.
my eyes just kind of get big, and I look back at Timmy and I was like, it was him. It was him. It was them. It was the same kid. I knew them. I knew him. He was just a little boy. He was maybe I don't know, 9 or 10. It was him. He's here. And she's just kind of rambling on that way.
Yeah, I think Timmy begins to like speak to you in a very like low voice, just like telling you to like, it's okay, just breathe. Don't get up too fast.
Mm-hmm.
Take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Don't look at anything. Just you need to get your heart rate down, or else you might faint again. And he's like, and you could hear it's like he's in like full nurse mode. Just
I try to follow Timmy's instructions, but it's really, really hard to
I mean,
calm down.
You're in rough shape, and but you need to have that crown with you. You're not going anywhere without that crown now.
Mm-hmm. I kind of like reach over and just try to pick it up.
You're going to give this back to him if it's the last thing you do.
Yep. Yep.
I think
And I
Wallace
just kind of
is
like I take it, but I don't like crumple it up. I just kind of try to like be careful with it, you know.
Yeah, I mean it's already pretty beat up, but yeah, you kind of
Mm-hmm.
I think while this is going on, Wallace is just kind of on the edge, and he starts kind of like shifting his weight back and forth from one foot to the next. It looks a little agitated, like not moving forward is the absolute last thing he wants to be doing right now.
Yeah, and your eye goes up to the flare, which is still burning lower and lower.
Once Butterfly has the crown in her hand, she kind of like gets up, probably too quickly for Timmy's taste, but like tries to. It's like we have to go.
Yeah, you're a little uneasy at first, but you get back to your feet, and all right. So you're gonna continue on, Wallace?
Yeah.
All right. Pressing forward. Like I said, it's opened up enough where it's not quite as hard going as it was. You reach a point where it the main sort of tunnel sort of turns off to the right, but there's a fairly large tunnel that goes off to the left.
Which way, Wallace?
Hell if I know. And I look at the little girl. I know she's already said she doesn't really know, but I just look to her to see if she's any kind of indication at all.
Yeah, she's just staring straight ahead.
Okay.
This like I said, she doesn't look scared at all right now. She just looks blank.
Okay. And so it was a larger pathway to the left. What was the other direction?
Yeah, well, the larger of the two pathways. It's almost like a T intersection almost, but the sort of the larger passages go off to the right. There's a slightly smaller one that goes off to the left.
Okay. Can you tell which way's heavily any difference in traffic, in foot traffic at all, or?
Do you have tracking?
I do, but it's super low.
You can try.
I can try it.
So that's a yes. Glass half full. Let's go.
So yeah, I did not pass that one. So
yeah, does
I
anyone
rolled
have any
really
tracking?
good, but not for that particular stat.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's really not any definitive indication as to which way.
So Wallace
better.
just very confidently takes the path to the left.
Okay. All right. So you turn, and it goes down maybe 100 feet before before turning to the right again. It goes about the same distance one more time, and it comes to a dead end. You're about to turn around when your eyes catch the glint of something behind an outcropping of rock.
Okay.
Good check.
We'll take a closer look. Yeah.
Okay.
I just noticed something.
Yeah, it just something not rock. It was something lighter than the rock. When you get closer, you see that it looks like the skeletal remains of a man curled up in a ball. His clothes hanging off him in tatters. He's clutching a large leather-bound book.
Oh my god.
I will bend down and see if I can take a look at the book.
Okay. It takes a minute to sort of pry it out of his out of the skeleton's arms. He was clearly clinging to it for dear life when he died. The book he's holding looks like a moldering Bible. It's heavily decayed and it looks like it might be chewed upon on the edges. In fact, the bones themselves show little signs of being gnawed upon by maybe small rodents or something. His clothes look like they date back to maybe the 1800s. They're old.
Okay. I flipped through the book.
Yeah, I mean it's an old style King James Bible.
And
you know there are some there's some pages that are torn.
Yeah.
You know, parts of it are stained, but it's yeah.
And I'll just kind of set it off behind me on the ground. It's a Bible. I don't know why he was. I don't know. Maybe that was his last comfort. I don't know. And then I want to kind of like rifle through pocket, see if I can get any kind of ID. It's a Chester copper pot. What are we dealing with here?
There were no cars. There's no driver's license here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the only thing you find on him is there's a little pouch that might have once held tobacco, but it's you know it's all rotted now. There's a wooden pipe that was tucked in his belt. That's about it.
Okay.
He didn't have much. But it's a dead end, so
Okay.
there's no way to go. No way for it to go this way.
Sorry, y'all. I think I picked the wrong path. So, and I'll stand up and I'll head back the way we came.
Sure. Okay. You make your way back out to the larger passage and take that route.
Hey, Alex.
Continue on. Yep.
I'm going to interrupt you since you're apparently not hearing all of our pleas in the chat.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Do you mind if we take a break here?
That's fine. Yep.
I think a quorum has called for a potty break.
That's fine.
Dear God, somebody send up a signal flare.
I'm like,
I'm gonna die here.
I don't want to interrupt the narrative, but I'm
feeling
trying
so
every way
bad.
I
It's a
can
good
otherwise.
That's perfectly fine. It's a good point. All right. Yeah. So we'll
Yeah, it seems
take a
like it
quick
was
break.
probably a good place to take a break.
No problem.
All right, yeah. So I just want to say a quick thank you to everybody who's watching with us tonight. It's awesome to see everybody in the chat. Stick around. We're going to take about a 5 to 10 minute break, and we will be right back. And we're back. Alex, it's your game.
All right. So, you guys have found a dead end where there was the remnants of a someone from the 1800s, presumably clutching a Bible. That you took it with you, Wallace?
No, I just
you left it
set it
propped
off
up?
to the side. Yeah,
All right. So
I kind of feel like maybe I should have, but
so you guys continue on, and you're traveling for some time. You're making good time. Like I said, the floor of this isn't as bad as initially, but it's still it's still a slog as you continue descending, leveling off, maybe going up a little bit, but the overall direction is still down. After another 10 minutes or so, you come to another kind of, this one's kind of like a Y intersection. The by far the larger passage goes off to the right. There's a narrower passage that goes off to the left. Give me a spot hidden.
Everybody?
Yeah,
Or
everyone,
just-
everyone can do it. You can all see what's going on.
yep, that's a pass.
Okay.
Fail.
You see footsteps in both directions. In some of the thing, and as you, and this area is pretty wide, pretty big, and there's a lot of pulverized sandstone around, and you can see that there are more footprints definitely to the right. There's a few going to the left, but you can't. There's no way to tell how old they are since there's no weather or wind down here to disturb them. They could be hours old or centuries.
And the heavy footprints are going down the larger path to the right, correct?
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just continue on down. I'm not even really like thinking to check with anybody else. I'm just kind of on autopilot mode.
Mhm.
So I'm just can confidently walking out down that path to the right.
Okay. Yeah. So you begin walking, and this is a large sort of gallery almost. It's very tall. It's nearly 100 feet wide in places, maybe more. There are still some stalactites and stalagmites along the side. Some are quite large. You can even notice a few sort of crystal formations that glint in the light from the flare. You come to a point where you see passages, smaller passages to the left and right that go off. One of them is a bit higher. You have to, but you do see like little kind of stairs sort of carved into the stone, clearly, made by intelligence. To the left, it does continue on straight ahead and appears to get a bit wider. If everyone could give me listen checks.
God bless America. Fail.
Okay.
Yeah, fail.
Oh, holy crap. I made it by 1 point.
Okay.
Oh, how about that?
Timmy got a hard success.
Okay. Timmy, you hear directly ahead. There's definitely some squeaking, a bit louder than than before, but yeah, there's definitely some squeaking coming from that down in that direction.
Is it louder than what I would think a small animal would make, or
Are you
is it
familiar
pretty remnants?
with cave dwelling animals?
Well, mice, rats.
Yeah, I mean,
Small
it could
vermin.
it could definitely be bats, rats. I mean, it doesn't sound like it's not this deep guttural,
Deep squeak.
sort of-
Yeah.
not a deep squeak. Yeah,
Squeaky.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, and it's saying, "I will kill you." Yeah.
Oh,
Apart from
Oh.
that.
good to know.
Expected
Yeah.
in cave dwelling creatures, I hear.
Right.
Uh,
No,
It is their nature.
you're not. Yeah, you're not knowledgeable to differentiate between
Hmm.
maybe rat or bat, but
Oh,
it's
yeah.
something along those lines, probably.
Okay. I do still think that Timmy would keep an eye out if it's getting louder or like scampering farther away, just kind of keeping an eye on.
Yeah, I mean, you don't
Sure.
really hear any scampering, just
Mhm.
the kind of squeaking. And like I said, it's not you almost feel it more than hear it. So it's like more high pitched.
Okay.
But like I said, there's passages to both the right and left as well, smaller ones, maybe only 10 feet wide versus this larger sort of vaulted path. Where do you go, Wallace? Since you're kind of leading the.
Yeah, I mean,
team.
I'm just gonna continue anything that looks to be the larger path or the more well trodden path is where he's gonna go. So if he sees this, like you said, it's kind of like the stairs.
Yeah, I mean,
I think-
directly ahead, there's definitely a lot more disturbed sand.
Okay.
The stairs are stone, so you really
Okay.
can't. You're
Can't
not seeing any
tell.
kind of
Okay.
disturbance there at all. Yeah.
Yeah, if I see a lot of foot traffic or what looks to be a lot of foot traffic, that's what's going to draw my attention. So I would continue on that way.
Okay. All right. So, like I said, the tunnel sort of widens into a kind of gallery, with the ceiling height of more than 80 feet at this point. You think, the stalagmites and stalactites are stained dark red from iron deposits, and the smell of sulfur here is strong. You now all hear scurrying, and as you sort of shine the light around, you can see that some of the largest stalagmites are they have these large holes in them. Some of them have 8 or 9 holes. Others have holes in them, and out of them erupts the swarms of these white rats, hairless.
Oh,
That all begin sort of moving along. Their eyes are milky, and if they have them at all, a few of them are large, like the size of like a a medium-sized dog, with
Oh.
only front legs, dragging along the rest of their body with a long sort of tail behind it, and they're all swarming out of these things, coming towards you very quickly.
Oh no, no, no.
They're pouring out. The squeaking has become almost deafening as they're all eager for flesh, it seems.
Oh.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no.
So I immediately start backing out, just like arms to my side. Go, 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 go.
Yeah. The bigger ones are moving slower,
Mhm.
but the smaller ones are moving very quick.
Oh my god.
Where do you go?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
There's a path, like I said, immediately to the left and right. The one that's left has stairs that go up, maybe 5 feet or so. The other one descends further.
Think about Jimmy, man. Think about Jimmy.
So I think at this point, like I've started ushering them back. So I would imagine I'm kind of at the back, if like trying to get them to run.
Sure, yeah.
So somebody else gets to pick which way we're going.
All right.
And suddenly Timmy's the lead.
Who's picking?
I'll pick. I want to go down. Down.
All right.
Whatever the down one is.
Okay. All right. So that's the one to the right.
Right.
You excuse me. You quickly turn down the right passage, and you dragging anyone? You or just going yourself?
I just say, guys, this way, and I start going. So I guess I'm probably like in the lead. Am I in the lead now?
Yeah, at
Is
this
it
moment.
still
Yeah.
skinny? Is it still like too skinny for us to go?
It's narrow, but you can probably get 2 of you side by side.
Okay. Say,
in this
Wallace,
passage.
get up here.
All right, so I'll kind of push my way to the front with the torch.
Yep.
The flare.
Mm-hmm.
And
yep. And the swarm is coming behind you. Who's behind Wallace?
I guess it would be butterfly or whatever.
So
'cause-
butterfly and she kind of call Wallace
We're
up
next to each other.
Yeah.
yeah, so I would assume it just kind of Wallace went ahead, so it'd be like Wallace and butterfly then.
Okay.
So
And
Janice
then
would be in the back now.
Janice is going next. Okay. Jack and Timmy, you following them?
Absolutely. Wherever Janice is, I'm staying near her.
Yeah, Timmy's gonna
All right.
try and kick any rats that come close.
Yeah,
Oh
a few
my
of them
God.
start to get close, and since you're in the back with Timmy, one of them like immediately begins crawling up your leg.
No,
to try and get.
no.
You can see that these things have like it has just little sort of creases where the eyes used to be, but the big sharp incisors it's snapping at you and it's biting onto your leg.
Yeah, Timmy's gonna try to yeet that rat, kick it away.
Yeah,
Eat him.
okay. Yeah, give me a brawl.
Okay. Bro. Okay, that is just a normal success.
Okay. Yeah. So you knock the thing off you. It goes tumbling away with a harsh squeak. As soon as it lands, it immediately begins scurrying back towards you, eagerly. But you're following behind the others, and you begin descending this narrow passage, that is quite steep. Once you go in a little bit, you're now descending at almost a 45-degree angle. You're kind of sliding, almost
Ooh.
trying to keep your feet as you're going down in this thing. The sand on the hard stone is kind of sliding. You don't notice any sign of travel down this one. In fact, there's a lot more stalactites and stalagmites rather, and rocks and so forth piled up. And you're having to try to climb over these things as you're going down, and it's getting narrower and narrower. It's almost like going into a funnel.
Is it reasonable to think that I have an article of clothing that I can take off and keep my decency?
Probably,
Am I
yeah.
wearing a poncho? Can I be wearing a poncho this whole time?
no
Of some
poncho, I'm
sort?
afraid.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
We need to light something on fire and put it in our path.
well, you have your backpack now, so
Oh
Don't
God,
we have,
no.
Don't we have flares?
We
Yeah.
do. One's lit.
I can almost
What?
imagine that Butterfly had one of those, like cloth headbands
she could, yeah.
that she had tied.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
if you want to
Take
tear
it
like
off.
you could probably tear off even the bottom of your shirt and then like tie it.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
and-
Showing a little midriff late in the movie
Right.
here. So yeah,
Right.
that's fine. So I am like frantically, with my knife, I guess I cut a little slit and then I start like ripping it off. And I say, Wallace, hold on. And I like pull Wallace's hand with the flare. And I hold it up to the end of it up to the shirt and light it on fire. And just like kind of throw it back in our path behind us.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't take too much to light it, and yeah, you throw it behind you, and it's kind of burning and sputtering on the ground
Might
as you
scare him.
continue to descend.
Yeah.
You level off at a sort of wider passage, but then you see it really narrows even more up ahead, like really narrow. You're gonna have to go single file, and you may even have to sort of kind of go sideways, like turn sideways as you're going through some of these areas.
God.
The ceiling is also getting lower, to the point where you're feeling the like I said, the weight of all this, tons and tons of rock above you pressing in.
I keep going. Not like we
Okay.
can go back.
Yep. Yeah, you continue on. There's a couple more wide spots, and then you hit kind of a choke point, which basically just kind of a fissure in the rock, where it's maybe 4 feet tall and about 2 feet wide, and you have to kind of get through it. So you begin sort of making your way, and the tunnel beyond it's that size for quite a distance as you see the light going in. You're pretty
So
sure
did
you
we
can
ever
fit through that.
decide Dwight is Wallace in the lead or am I?
I think I've kind of deferred. I'm just kind of deferring
Wallace-
to your
Oh,
Yeah, my
Okay.
impression was Wallace was behind you, but he's kind of holding the flare like
Yeah.
overhead. So
Okay.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's kind
So
of where
I
I was
just
too.
I keep going forward like as quick as
Okay.
I can through this space.
All right, so you get into the space and you begin sort of making your way through. It's snug. You have to take off your pack and
Oh
have
my
it
God.
beside you. And you know, there's a couple times where you have to like really kind of slide through. What is everyone's size?
Average. Oh,
I am.
You have a size you have a size score.
50.
yeah. Hold
Okay,
on.
you're fine.
65.
Jack's gonna have a problem.
Oh, good.
55.
75.
Wallace is gonna have a big problem.
I just want to say, in the interest of our safety tools, I'm extremely claustrophobic.
Okay.
But that said, don't hold back.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Thank you.
That's the rum talking.
100%.
I'm fine.
How's what is that? What's Janice's size?
50.
Okay. All right. So Wallace, Jack, you're gonna have a hard time getting through there. Wallace, you don't think you're gonna get into that hole. Because I mean, just you're with your height, just to hunker down, you know, you can't hunker down and squeeze yourself in at the same time.
Mhm.
You know, there's just no way. I mean, you might be able to kind of squeeze sideways and maybe try to get through, but it looks, you know, Butterfly's already
that-
gone in though. She's already making her way through, and you get up to behind her, and you like, it doesn't look like you're gonna fit in that.
Would Butterfly have noticed that they stopped or not?
I don't know. Would you?
I would imagine when the
you-
torch starts following her.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess it starts to get pretty
Yeah,
dark.
yeah. It starts to get dark, and you look
Yeah.
back, and you're like, come on, and you see he's trying to like try to position himself to see if he can do it, and even at this point, you can see that Wallace is not going to be easily be able to get through here, and especially you can't see further up ahead. You don't know if it's going to get narrower. If it gets narrower, it you know.
Yeah. I come back, and I just say, give me the flare. Give me the flare for just a second.
I'll
You-
hand
you-
it. Yep.
Okay.
Just be careful. There ain't no way I'm getting in there.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
What the-
And I want to go forward just to see if it gets more narrow, because like I bet you
Okay.
Timmy and his hammer can maybe get Wallace through in some time, but if it gets more narrow, then I don't want us to make the effort.
All right. So you begin kind of making your way through. The rest of you are left in pitch darkness. You watch as the flare gets dimmer and dimmer, and finally she goes around a corner, and
I'm sparking my Zippo, trying to get it to light.
after a few times you get it lit, and you get a little bit of light that helps. Butterfly, you kind of make your way through, and you come around a turn, and you have to sort of partially kind of crawl up and through this little hole.
Mhm.
Give me a luck roll.
Oh God, what is it? Oh dang. Okay. Yeah. That is luck is, yeah, I got a 9. So that's a super duper success.
Oh, good. Okay, so you kind of climb. You have to climb like up on the shelf, and now you're climbing on your belly, in kind of a flat plane of between two flat planes of rock. As you're kind of pushing the flare ahead of you, and you're kind of, you know, your stomach and your back are both kind of, you know, sliding along these edges as you're doing so. And you for a moment you thought you were going to get stuck, but you managed to, you know, kind of twist a little bit and make it. But you feel that the large rock above you kind of shift slightly.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, I'm nervous now about going back. I don't want to go back and get squished.
Give me a sanity check.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's a pass.
Okay, so you take some breaths. You focus on the burning flare, and you manage to hold it together. But this rock above you is unstable.
Okay. Does it look like it opens up in front of me at all, or behind me, or like how?
You
Which is the shortest path to open up?
Not for the next 50 feet or so. You don't see anything that opens up.
Oh my god. I assume this space is too narrow for me to turn around from my crawling.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. Can I go backwards? Like I want to try, but
it's a little slow. You have to kind of push your way, move your legs, and you can, like I said, your back is sliding against you. You have to now kind of push your
yeah,
backpack along with you. But yeah, you can make your way back.
So I make my way back, and as soon as I get into an area where I can like sort of almost stand up, I take another couple like deep breaths, and I go back to
Okay.
the gang.
Meanwhile, back where you guys are, Jack's lighter has kept you at least giving you a little bit of sort of light to cling around, and it's like this one little bright spot in this immense darkness that you can sort of find solace in, but it's not much. And every time it goes out, there's this rising panic, the sensation of being buried alive, but you don't hear the squeaks anymore, at least. You're not sure if they may have given up, but you don't hear the squeaks of the rats anymore, or whatever the hell they were.
And just the only other path is to go back to where we left them, right? Other than going, this didn't branch anywhere else after we went down this.
Right.
Okay.
There was a little side branch, but you could see it was a dead end. There was no long passages or anything. This place is really small. Yeah, you'd have to go back past them.
Okay.
But you do notice they didn't seem to be disturbed until you got closer, and clearly they're blind. They clearly don't see very well. So after finally you see the flare as Butterfly makes her way back through, and she kind of steps out of the narrower passage.
I think this is the point where Janice realizes that she hasn't been breathing, and she lets out a sigh of relief.
I just kind of sadly shake my head, and I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. I could barely get through, and then I think about telling him about what I felt with like the earth move, and then I just I can't even say it out loud. Like I push it away.
All right. Well, guess we going back where we came from then. Let me stay out front a bit. Make sure that those rat things are gone. And I'll grab the torch and head on back.
Mm-hmm.
The flare, head on back up.
So. Yeah, it's getting pretty low. It's nearing the bottom. You can still hold it, but it's going to run out in maybe another.
We've got another one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'll ask Janice. You had it right. I'll ask Janice to get that ready. I'll just go ahead and have her hand it to me, so I've got it ready to go when this one goes out.
Yep.
Yeah, and I pass it to him, saying like, "This is our last one. I mean, we got to get in it and back out again."
Yeah. Well, guess we better hurry then.
All right. You should make your way back along the same. It's a little tricky getting back up. It was steep, but using your hands and feet, you can make your way up. When you get up to the top, you still hear the sort of faint squeaking, but there's no rat swarm up there anymore. They've gone back to their little burrows, and directly across this gallery, you see the other passage with the steps going up slightly.
I will head there.
Okay.
Like I had thought potentially about doing originally, but some of those
Listen,
days.
listen,
Oh,
listen.
it's all
listen.
butterflies' fault.
You weren't in the frickin' lead, and you deferred. You said so out loud.
So you make your way back up into the passage and begin quietly at first making your way through the twisting and turning tunnels. It's still gone deeper, but it's not. It seems to have leveled off some. You give me a luck roll, Wallace.
Yeah, that's a pass.
Okay. So you managed to avoid a few dead ends, a few long passages, and because you're coming to a lot of little side ones, and
Mhm.
so but you're able to as you're learning more about this place to sort of get an idea of where the natural flow of the passage goes. You pass into a large chamber at one point that is describe that. It looks like many of the other sort of cathedral like passages in these areas with pillars of limestone and countless smaller stalagmites and stalactites. But unlike the other places, every surface in here is covered with yellow and white fungal growths. The fungi range in size from a few inches across to several feet on some of the massive white pillars. The tunnel descends into a smooth white floor that's covered with several inches of milky looking stagnant water. The actual dimensions of the tunnel are difficult to guess, but it's got to be over 100 feet wide with the ceiling at least twice that overhead. Despite the size, there's almost no echo here due to the thick layers of fungus and mushrooms that cling everywhere. But it's the only way to go at this point. So you begin to sort of wade through the water. The water it's not terribly deep. It only goes up to about the deepest point is in the middle where it's like mid calf, and it's cold. And there's sort of a faint, other than the normal fungus smell, there's also a faint sort of like a bitter. It's not even a smell; it's more like a bitter feeling in the back of your throat as you kind of pass through here. You continue on, and there are two more passages. Give me another luck roll.
Nope.
Okay, so you end up choosing the right one, and you continue on down this for a bit when you see a small little pool of water in a sort of widened area. There's a kind of constant drip going into it. There's enough room to walk around it. You don't have to walk through this pool itself. Yeah, there's about a 3-foot ledge along the edge. And by the look of it, looks like some of it may have also been carved to sort of allow for people to walk along it. In other words, some of the rock might have been smoothed out to make room for it, so you can kind of get around it. And as you make your way around, you get to a narrow passage that opens up into a unfortunately it's a dead end, but it's a large sort of kind of a bowl-like cave, and you wish your flare had run out earlier. This nightmare room is indescribable. As the tunnel ends, the floor sort of falls away into this deep bowl-like cave. The floor is covered to an unknown depth with the bodies of children, ranging in age from several months to 8 or 9. While some are only skeletal remains, others are still in various stages of decomposition, and worse still, a few on top are still moving.
Oh.
Writhing amongst the bodies of some sort of carrion worms or beetles. The occasional eye will roll towards the light with a pleading gaze. I need sanity checks.
Fail.
Very much.
I cannot spend luck on sanity, right?
No.
Fail.
Yeah, I passed that somehow.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how Timmy manages to.
Yeah.
I can't
Wallace,
even explain this, but I rolled a 1.
Oh, Jack.
Jack's fine. Like that.
He still got that big puff.
He doesn't see
did.
kids.
Yeah.
He just sees, I don't know, like flowers or something.
My guess is that
It's like We Happy
anyone
Few.
who's been successful in their save
man?
basically managed to look away in time. As soon as they began to sort of understand, they'd like, nope, and they looked away.
Mhm.
Everyone else
No,
who
no,
failed
no, 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 no.
wasn't so lucky. So Butterfly, you're gonna take 7 points of sanity loss.
I am now down below 50%, if that matters.
Yep. And I'll take care of what happens with you in a moment. Janice, did you?
I failed.
Okay. That's a brutal 10 points
That makes
of sanity
sense.
loss.
Now, when you
And
say, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to check Timmy first. Well, did Timmy
Passed.
succeed or fail?
He
Okay.
succeeded.
Succeeded.
Okay, so you only took 1 as well. Okay. All right. So what were you saying, Janice?
I was gonna when you say like 20% lower, is that lower than you're starting, or just 20%?
Yeah,
down from
20%.
your...
Yeah, once you're down below 20% of what you started with.
Okay, I would have to say I am, because I am at 46 and I started at 65.
Yes. Yeah, that makes
Get
sense.
out a calculator, team.
Yeah, it's almost half. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Call
Yeah.
of Cthulhu.
All right. So both of you make a roll a d10 for me, please.
a D10.
Yep.
Got a 1.
Oh, I got
Okay.
an 8. I don't know if that's good or bad.
Okay. You start screaming, Janice, like hysterically screaming, and you back away. The little girl is behind you, and you sort of turn around to shield her from this, that she can't see it, but you can't stop screaming. The sound is deafening to everyone else in here. Butterfly, you sort of collapse, you sort of fall back and collapse against the wall, and just you're in complete denial that what you saw. You don't have you have no idea what it is. You don't want to know. You're just like no. You're in complete denial of what you just saw. The rest of you turned away, like I said, in time to avoid seeing the worst of this. And the last of your flare goes out.
Oh my god.
Oh, good lord.
So I'll yeah. you get your lighter lit, Janice, you're still screaming. The only thing that finally breaks you out of that is looking at the little girl down who's holding on to you desperately, and the something inside forces you to sort of, put yourself. Yeah, you have to be there for her.
I walk over and I drop the flare and I walk around and put my arm around Janice, and I just try to kind of pull her close and not even really saying anything, just kind of in shock myself. But
yeah, I think she'd probably kind of melt into you as well as hold that little girl really tight to her as well.
At this point, Butterfly is like, she's like hitting the wall, like with her fists, and just kind of, I don't even know why, but it's like her knuckles start to hurt, and that's kind of what snaps her back.
Yeah. So she goes on for a minute, and finally she snaps out of it as well. The only light is Jack's lighter. That is, the shadows. Even the shadows cast by that are sort of trembling because his hand is shaking from this.
So was this bowl like a dead end then?
Yeah.
Oh God.
In more ways than one.
Oh. How dare you? How dare you?
Hey, if I set it up, he's got to spike it. All right.
So I will. I'll grab the lighter, or I grab Jack's hand, and I just kind of try to move the light around to find where I dropped the flare.
Yeah.
And
well,
I'm gonna
that was the one that was the one that burned out. Yeah.
Right. Right. Yeah. So we still got the second one though, right?
You're right. Janice has the second one still.
Never mind. I was thinking that was the second one that burned out. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and light the second.
I think as you grab my hand, I think I actually grab your hand. Also with my other hand, just sort of put it on there, and I'm get really close. I imagine this like the Zippo illuminating both our faces as I lean in. Ollie, we gotta get the fuck out of here. We gotta get Janice out of here. We need to get all of us out of here. What even are we doing?
Yeah.
This is.
I think you're right, Jack.
I gotta ask. Ask. Did I recognize any of the kids?
You don't think so?
Okay, thank God. So at this point, I
But you also know that none of them looked right. Like none of them looked like regular children. Something had happened to them. They all looked wrong somehow. But you didn't want to look closer, so that's about all you know. They didn't look right. But it's all right. Give me an idea roll.
Okay, I will. Fail.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
I hear Jack and Wallace having this conversation. I'm like, we have to keep going. He's not in there. He wasn't in there.
Keep going where?
Further in.
Further into what?
The cave in here. We have to find him.
There's nowhere to go. Not this way.
Well,
wasn't there another turnoff though back a ways?
There was.
There was, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hadn't gone far down this way. This was a fairly short
Okay.
detour.
We have to find him. We have to find him.
Yeah, that's what we came here for. But man, I don't know where we are. I don't know how to get out. We just got to keep moving. So, everywhere I've gone, it's been the wrong place. So somebody else take this flare and see if they can figure out where to go next. I don't even know anymore.
I can't believe I got to be the one to do this. And I'm going to grab the flare.
Okay.
And start moving forward away from this pit of horrors.
I go behind Jack, kind of also trying to make sure he's not just leading us out of the cave.
Yeah.
I think Janice turns to Wallace, like when Wallace says that, like he almost sounds disheartened or whatever. She's like, "You did good, babe. You did good, babe."
Wallace just kind of looks around. He looks at he's just completely torn to shreds at this point. You know, he's just, yeah. And then he keeps walking. So
I think you could almost tell by looking at Janice that she's probably kind of in denial right now about what's going on.
So, so Jack, you lead them down the other passage, making your way through more twists and turns. It's not hard travel, but you you finally come to a cavern that's 150 feet across, shaped. It's kind of shaped naturally like a funnel that sort of narrows toward the end. And even from here, even from this side of it, with this flare burning, you can see that that at the narrower end there's an oddly shaped doorway carved into the limestone. It's clearly a shaped opening. It's certainly oddly shaped, and it's triangular with the base about 3 feet wide, rising to a point 20 feet overhead. As you approach, you can see strange symbols expertly etched into its border. The passage beyond looks as if it opens up on the after about 70 feet or so, and you can see what looks like light on the other side.
This might be a way out. There's light up ahead here.
And at this point, Kate is right behind Jack and is like, yeah, it's probably a way out.
I'm not even, at this point, I'm barely paying attention to the shape of the door, the symbols. I've been acing these sanity rolls so much that I don't think I'm thinking in terms of, the weirdness of everything. I'm just focused on, this is a thing we got to get through. To me, this is kind of like a bad trip, and you just got to ride it out and see where it takes you.
Maybe that's why he's doing so well with his sanity.
Maybe that is.
He's used to weird shit.
He's used to this.
I literally have
Just
blotter
stay out of
acid
your
on
car.
my
Right.
I have blotter acid in my inventory, so it's not unheard of.
This is not unusual to him.
Right. So
so
we got to go. Let's just.
All right.
I think I'm just going to keep going. No hesitation.
All right.
Kate does not think it's a way out, but she is like, yeah.
So as you step in, you step into darkness, and for a moment, you take a couple of steps, and the darkness disappears entirely. And what you see is you're standing on a barren landscape of smoldering volcanic, with a smoldering volcanic cone in the distance. The opening that was on the far side of the tunnel looks like a freestanding triangle of stone. But instead of seeing the surrounding landscape beyond, you see a darker opening, just like you saw from that side. Turning around, You see the people with you. You see the entrance you just came through, and you see the cave beyond. But it's as if you stepped into another world. Um, uh, the In the sky above you is a flying reptilian shape that
Oh.
circles overhead. There's a well-traveled path that seems to be paved with sandstones that leads from one doorway to the other. As you sort of look to either side of this walkway, the air seems to almost shimmer with like a heat haze.
My ability to process this as a bad acid trip is rapidly fading.
It's being tested. Yeah. And you will have to make a sanity check on this too.
I fail.
It gets rough to the
Yeah, I
end.
failed.
That's fail.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
hurting bad.
I failed even worse than I did last time. So
All right.
I actually, for the first time ever, have failed a sanity check.
Okay.
So
is
this
there
is really pushing the limits.
Is there a criteria for by how much you fail it, or is it just how much you've lost?
Yeah, if you fail by 5 or more, or if you've lost more than 20% of your
So
sanity.
I failed by a lot more than 5.
I have 85
No,
sanity.
not failing by 5. It's if you take more than 5 sanity loss.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Gotcha.
I got you. Because I have an 85 and I rolled a 31.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm hurting
right.
for certain.
Wallace, you take 4. Butterfly, you take 3. Jack's taking 3. Timmy's taking 6. Did Janice succeed or fail?
oh, she failed.
Okay.
Mhm.
And Janice takes 6 as well. So
Yeah, I'm
we're gonna forego the D10 roll for this case because of the situation. But you all step out into this, and it's you feel this complete disconnect from reality for a moment as you step into this other world. Those of you that have any kind of education at all, it has almost a prehistoric feel to it. You might even recognize the things circling overhead as some sort of pterodon or similar creature, maybe one that hasn't been discovered, but it's almost like a primordial version of Earth. But the path that's ahead of you connects this opening to the other, and it is well traveled.
Butterfly's crazy as hell at this point.
Yeah.
And sees that Jack has stopped and goes around him and just kind of almost like in a almost like a sleepwalk type of phase, just kind of grabs the flare from his hand.
Okay.
And just starts.
The flare is completely
forward.
necessary. There's a bright sun over this. There's no.
Okay, then. I just go around Jack and start walking forward.
Give me a dexterity check.
No.
The path is kind of narrow.
Okay. I'm gonna spend 4 and make that a success.
Okay. All right. So you managed to get around Jack without knocking him off the path.
Oh, good.
Thanks.
Can I go back and make that a failure, please? Just real quick, I would like to
unspend. You're not required to spend luck for sure.
I'm just kidding. I won't do that.
All right. So you get around him, and grabbing the flare, and you storm toward the other opening. What does everyone else do?
Yeah, I just draw my revolver again, and I kind of motion for Janice to go because I want to keep my eye on her. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Janice looks. Yeah, she looks down at the little girl first to see how she's doing with all of this.
She just looks up at you and points ahead.
That's some creepy.
Oh,
She's gonna go follow Butterfly.
Timmy's
Okay.
following, but he's just. This isn't right.
No, and
This
even
isn't right.
even as you look back, I mean, you're probably the more educated amongst the group, I think, having gone to nursing school and so forth, and yeah, this looks like, you know, uh, like I said, prehistoric Earth has been described at least, and maybe it's an illusion. The it seems to be shimmering a bit, but you know, maybe that's what you tell yourself to cope. But yeah, you continue to move on. Jack, do you press on as well?
I imagine everybody pushing past Jack as he's staring up at these things. The one semester of college that he went to, he took prehistoric studies because he was always into dinosaurs as a kid, and there's just no way this is happening. And it's more, I think it's not a childlike wonder that he is staring up at them. It's the realization, it's that like crushing realization of what it would take for everything that they're seeing to be able to see this. That is sort of the failure of that sanity check. That honestly, I think unless somebody like turns and says something to him or grabs at him, he's just staring. He's almost like frozen in fear, staring up at these things.
So I guess Timmy would be the last one to sort of, go past Jack or get him to move. It's up to you. It's up to Timmy really if you want to do that. Are you going to try and
Yeah, I imagine.
move him along?
I imagine Timmy's like passing, and he's just saying this to nobody, but he does pass Jack. Just this isn't right. But still moving on for some reason that
Okay.
I don't think Tim even knows.
All right, Jack. You see them all passing on and all stepping through that doorway on the other side. You're alone.
I think it would take another moment before he fully realizes that he's alone. And I would take a couple steps, still kind of following these things as they're flying around, and then start to move quickly to catch up with everybody.
All right. So yeah, you kind of quick time it a little bit to the other side. As you get there, everyone else is sort of gathered around this exit, sort of looking up and staring as you approach. As you look upon this place for the first time, it's overwhelming. The ground slopes steeply down to a floor of this titanic cavern, which is hundreds of feet across, with a vast domed ceiling. Hanging in the air at the apex of the chamber is a brilliant crystalline sphere that radiates a greenish light that bathes everything in this sort of gangrenous sort of glow. Unlike so many other caves in the system, there are no evidence of stalagmites or stalactite growth. The ground is covered with a dense layer of pulverized sandstone. Paving stones form a kind of road that leads from the doorway to a series of structures spread across the cave's floor. The structures are unlike any culture known. The architecture is tall, narrow, and tapers from bottom to top, forming sharp peaks. No windows are visible, though doorways seem probable. Several buildings appear to have suffered damage at some time in the distant past, though any debris has either been reduced to dust or removed. The largest structure to the far left of the cavern appears to have been at least partially carved from the living rock. There's no sign of any life of any kind. In fact, the place is absolutely silent to the point where even the sounds of your footsteps make no echoes. Janice, you recognize this place. You've been here before. In the dream you had before waking up in that slaughterhouse. It was when you saw it was not the ruined sort of abandoned place you see now, but it was alive with those serpent people. and you know for a fact that large central building is a temple. You also know that's where you need to go.
I think she probably would reach out to Wallace and kind of grab his bicep and just like squeeze, not even thinking what she's doing. And then kind of using the shotgun to point, she'd like point at the temple there.
I have hesitated for just a second, but then I'm still sort of in that like sleepwalk forward.
Okay. Janice, the girl walks along with you. She is she's almost leading you now. She seems to be almost eager to get there. She sort of pulls and tugs on you, moving ahead. You make your way down the path, and one second. Yeah, so you begin making your way down the path toward these structures. This main road sort of leads right up to the this sort of main temple complex that you see directly ahead. The structures seems to just jut out of the floor like wedges of stone. You can tell as you get closer, there's not a single seam. So either the blocks were so expertly constructed as to not leave any visible seams, or they were just carved out of single pieces. You reach sort of the front of this place as you look on, and you remember seeing that priestess that you saw standing there looking down from the altar above in your dream.
I think as we approach the temple and we're getting closer, and just before we kind of get there, like Janice would stop and she would turn to Wallace, and she would kind of try to explain what she remembers of the dream. Like when you try to, but I'm sure it probably sounds really disjointed and insane, as it is when you try to tell somebody a dream you just had. But she tries very hard to convince Wallace that she's seen this place.
Right. That's all I gotta know, babe. Let's keep going. Let's finish this.
You sure?
I don't think we can turn back now. And I'll turn to look at everybody else. And we stopping?
We can see this like priestess.
No.
No.
No. She. No. This is what she saw in her dream. I don't know if she shared any of it. I don't think she shared any of it with any of you.
My eyes are just kind of like locked forward. I don't.
You can see that there's a passage that sort of goes down the middle of this temple that you can see from down here.
Okay. My eyes are locked in that passage.
All right. So it seems Janice is almost in the lead now, but what do you do?
I as soon as Janice comes up in my periph, like I start to go with her kind of.
And I think almost if the girl is still kind of tugging me or whatever, Janice isn't resisting. I guess. Yeah.
Hold on.
She's not.
Hold on. No, I see this little girl like freaking no. And I like hold my hand up and I like stop Janice and I like lean forward so I can see this little girl. And I was like, how do you know the way?
She points down the passage.
Yeah, I know. How do you know?
She grabs you, Janice, around the waist, and she looks up at you.
Janice.
Oh, I look down at her and I'm like, yes, I know. Sweetie. And I kind of like rub her hair with the one hand that I've got free.
Janice.
She buries her head against you.
Janice. Why does she know the way around in here?
And I think Janice looks to you like, well, it's obvious. We just have to go there. I've been here before.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
And she kind of just looks at Wallace. And then back to them. I saw this all when I was back in that room. I don't know what it means, but we've got to go in there.
What did you see?
I saw this. And she's like, kind of wildly gesticulating around this entire place and this temple. And there was serpent beings and there was a priestess and things are just like completely disjointed. But we've got to go there.
As the whole time she's describing this, I'm just like staring at this little kid.
No, I think Timmy finally just says it, and he's almost like, also kind of kicked out of this like weird state of like not being able to see or think. And no, this is crazy. We have to go back. We have to leave.
The little girl looks up at you, Janice, and says, "Mommy."
Oh, I think my heart just melted.
And she goes in and hugs you. Butterfly, you see she locks eyes with you, and you see this little smile.
Oh.
Nope.
Janice, get away from her now, Timmy just says.
Yeah.
I mean, Jimmy's this way.
I pull my knife out of my pocket. I'm like, Janice, do what he says.
Oh no! I think if you pull a knife out on her, she's gonna.
I didn't pull it on her. I just have it in my hand. I'm not
Jimmy's
pointing
in
it at
there.
anybody.
What the hell are
Jimmy's
you
in
doing?
there.
I step between Butterfly and Janice.
Wallace.
What you doing with that knife there, Butterfly?
Wallace. You don't have any kids with Janice, do you? She just called her mommy. You don't have any kids with her, do you? She doesn't have any kids, does she? Wallace.
Butterfly, Jimmy's in there,
Don't
and
call
we're
me that.
not gonna let him end up like those other ones.
Don't let her hurt
Around
me.
you, Janice.
And she says, "Don't let her hurt me." And she hugs you tighter.
Never. And she'll hold her tighter.
Janice, why? Think about it. Why does she know her way?
Look around you. This isn't right. Janice, please.
What is wrong with you people? We're here to save Jimmy.
Yes, we are. But I don't like where she look where she pointed us to. Look around. Janice, look around.
And I think at that, Janice will actually probably just close her eyes. She's not looking around. We have to save Jimmy. And I think she's going to turn to start to walk towards the temple.
Oh, man. Timmy is going to grab Janice. If
So's
like-
Jack.
wants to race towards her.
And I got my eyes on Wallace. I'm watching what Wallace.
What does Wallace
does to
do?
react
You
to-
see them both
as-
going for Janice.
As soon as I see them move towards Janice, I'm gonna step in and try and like hip check Jack, or Timmy, or whoever's the closest to me. But yeah, I'm not letting anybody get to Janice.
Okay.
When having seen that, I drop my knife and I just try to get between Wallace and Jack. I go for Wallace more. Like I try to like tackle him almost. I'm so small and so light. This is not gonna end well.
This is gonna get really bad because as I'm reaching for Janice, my intention is to block Timmy.
Wow, it's gonna be like a human knot.
Oh yeah. So you guys are starting to just, you're not trying to hurt each other at the moment at least, but you're both you're all struggling for position.
Mm-hmm.
Janice, the girl says, we have to hurry. And she pulls you to go that way.
No.
Wallace will protect us.
Yeah,
He always protects us.
always.
Always.
Oh.
And she pulls you along and to run down the hall.
I want to
No, yeah.
I want to, unless I am like directly engaged with Wallace, I want to grab this little shit by her arm.
Oh, Janice?
No, not Janice. The little girl.
The little girl? No way. I'm not. I'm interposing myself between Janice and the girl.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Good.
Perfect.
Well, the girl is like attached to her. She's like clinging to her.
I mean, if based on Janice and the little girl taking off, if what I have to do in this situation is block everybody from getting to Janice, that's my intention.
Mm.
All right. So are you going to touch the little girl?
Who?
You, Jack.
Yeah.
No, I think Jack and I are both, whether we intended to or not, are both getting between, are stopping Butterfly and Timmy from getting to Janice.
Yeah, I don't want anybody to touch
gotcha.
Janice or the little girl.
All right.
Timmy's trying to like pull. Yeah, Timmy wants to separate the girl and Janice. That's his goal.
I will punch you in the face, Timmy.
Do it.
Yeah.
If Timmy reaches for the girl, I'm going to try to deck him.
Like I'm trying to keep Wallace away, and I'm trying to separate.
So Timmy, make a dexterity check to try and reach for the girl. Jack, if you're going to try and stop him, make a brawl.
Fighting check. That's how to be good. I'm not good at fighting.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
All right.
And just to add a complexity, Janice would also be trying to stop Timmy from touching the girl.
So I can.
I got a hard success.
Oh,
you get a hard success. So I can spend any amount of luck, right?
Yeah.
So let's see. I failed by 15, 16, 17. Let's see, 25. You know what? I'm gonna spend 40 points of luck and turn this into an extreme success.
Nice. Okay.
So
Timmy,
I mean, this is the first time I've spent luck, or second time I've ever spent luck.
Okay, wait.
Oh.
I can spend luck too.
Yes, you can.
How long
So,
are you going to go, Jack?
So I got an 18. So to make it extreme, I have to spend 10. So he would do that. Yeah.
All right.
Well, mine was a 3.
Right. Well, it just goes by category.
Okay.
So so how this is gonna play out? You go to block Timmy's reach, and you come across with a strike. Timmy manages to duck under your shot and pushes you, kind of as going to use momentum, push you out off the road and onto the sand, where you kind of like, and then you reach out and you grab the little girl, who sort of reaches up with her hand and touches yours.
Fire the pistol into the air.
Well, first, Timmy, you need to make a power check.
Oh,
That's enough.
that's on the characteristics.
Yep.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
It's a
Powers.
direct,
There we
yeah,
go.
it's a direct characteristic.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's a 1.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
Nice. You feel this sort of almost like an electric shock go up your hand, like almost like if if you've ever touched a live wire and you pull your hand back in time, you're like, you get that numbness that kind of goes up your arm. You have to let go. As she touches, and the little girl screams, "And ow! He's hurting me!"
Oh God. Oh God.
All right, Janice.
Yeah, at Timmy grabbing the girl and the girl saying that, I'm sorry, Timmy, but that shotgun is now pointed directly at you.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, I forgot you had a shotgun. Who's
Oh
got the
my God.
shotgun?
Yeah, and I have fired the revolver into the air.
And there's a
And
report. that
Now
goes
I have pointed it at Butterfly.
Wallace, what are you doing?
Look, I'm here with Janice, y'all. We're here to get Jimmy, and I don't know what the fuck's going on, and I look over at Janice and I'm like, what the fuck's going on, babe?
I put my hand out and I start walking very slowly towards Wallace, and I just say,
I pull the hammer back on the revolver.
Yeah, Janice is like, back off!
Wallace, Janice, listen.
Oh my gosh.
We're all here to find Jimmy. Look at Timmy. He's here to find Jimmy too, and Jack. And
So I
just don't know about her. And I look at the little girl again, and
Yeah, Timmy.
And
Yeah,
Alex,
Timmy
I don't know if you can tell me if this is this may be my D&D brain working overtime
No,
here,
fine.
but
just let me know what you're gonna do.
so I feel like Wallace would be wondering what the heck's going on because something doesn't quite feel right to him. Is there anything I can do to check that? Or is it just hey, I don't. Something doesn't feel right to me.
You can. I mean, you can think for Wallace. I mean, if you want to do you can do a psychology check if you want to see if Janice is acting.
I feel like this
Janice?
is something that is not this is not Janice. So
yeah, you can do a psychology roll.
that's a smart call, Dwight. You're a smart cookie.
I'm gonna spend luck.
Okay.
A lot of it.
I feel like if ever there's a time to do it, it's right now.
I'm gonna spend 14 points of luck to make that a success.
A lot of it.
Right.
I just spent 40.
Well, I don't have much. I've spent quite a bit so far.
Mm-hmm.
So
Try drugs. They make you lucky.
all right. So that is a success.
All right. So so you're looking at her, and for you're actually looking at it for the first time during all of this,
Mm-hmm.
and her eyes are wide. She's looking back and forth. She's clutching this girl, who's trying to pull her in the other direction, and there is you definitely get the sense there's something wrong. You don't necessarily apply it to the little girl. You think maybe that Janice is just like, she's become, after seeing what she saw, especially in that horrible cave, that she's just become so protective of this girl that she'll do anything. So she's on the edge. Let's put it that way. You think she's on the edge.
So I lower the hammer on the revolver, and I turn and I just kind of put my hands up. I'll take a second and I'll put the revolver down into my waistband, and I'm like, all right,
I scramble over and get my knife off of the ground. Sorry, I look like one.
Let's just calm down, everybody. We've seen some shit, and I don't know what the hell's going on, but
if
Janice,
Janice is still pointing that gun while Wallace is talking, I'm just gonna move to Janice's side, and I think.
Do you let him get close, Janice?
My intent
I'd let
is
Jack get close. Yes.
to pick
Okay.
up the little girl protectively.
Okay.
Timmy, you said pick up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Timmy
I get close to Timmy.
screams.
I'm siding with Timmy.
Screams, don't touch her.
I'm not stopping. I'm picking her up.
Don't
Okay.
touch her, Jack.
Do you allow this, Janice?
Yeah, I trust Jack. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right.
I look nervously at Timmy.
But I think the shotgun is still pointed at Timmy, and it's
Yeah.
maybe shaking a little bit because she's been holding it with one hand.
Yeah.
But
Your delts are on fire.
Yeah.
but she's like, she's kind of pleading with Wallace, like, make him back away. And
Timmy
the
starts
tears are
walking towards you, Janice. Timmy's
don't
going
make me
to
shoot.
Timmy is going to start walking towards Janice and just, hey, listen.
Jack, just
listen.
the little girl was gonna go into your arms, but as soon as Timmy starts walking, she like backs away and grabs onto Janice. She's like, don't let him hurt me.
She's not gonna hurt you.
Oh God. As tension rises again, I freaking
Janice, she looks
hold
up
the
into your
knife
eyes.
out.
She looks up into your eyes and you feel something tickle at the back of your mind. Make a power check.
Oh no. Timmy, this is the end of the
Oh,
road.
I got a 98.
Yeah.
Oh!
She says, kill her, mommy. Kill her. Oh, kill him rather.
Kill him.
Mommy. Kill him.
Pull
He's
the,
gonna
I
kill us,
pull,
mommy. Kill him.
I pull
You
the trigger.
Oh my God.
So there's gonna be a point blank shot with a shotgun. So you
Yeah.
get a you're gonna have a bonus die on this shot.
Okay. And just so you know, tears are streaming down my face as I'm like telling Timmy to back off, and you don't, and you shoot. So you said a bonus die?
Yeah, so you get to
Okay.
roll two of the 10s die, and you get to take the better of the two.
Better of the
So
two.
the lower of the two. Yeah.
Dwight and I have the same stress reaction. I just realized.
It's the stress cobra.
Oh.
So
Stress
here's
Cobra.
Stress Cobra. I love that.
So fitting.
Cobra.
so here's the thing. Janice hasn't used any luck yet this game.
Oh.
But she used luck to get the
Yeah.
success.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
5 points of luck, and that shotgun blast is a success.
All right.
God.
Roll 46.
Oh, no.
Oh my god!
Dude, it's automatic.
Timmy's dead.
He's done.
Timmy's dead.
His head
This is called a
is
Cthulhu.
gone.
That's like killing 3 people.
17.
Yep. You take 17 points of damage from a point blank shotgun blast, Timmy.
Oh my God. Okay.
pull the draw down on Janice with the revolver.
So
What the fuck?
I was
Wait,
gonna
question.
say.
I have a question. Sorry.
Yeah.
Is it like with am I dying or am I just outright dead? Is there like a rule with that? Like
Well, it depends. How many do you have left?
I had 2 hit points left.
Yeah. No. With this level of loss, I mean, you would have to be shot
Yeah.
like this, maybe in an emergency room, but no.
Maybe shot in an emergency room.
Yeah. Where they could literally like immediately perform surgery on you, but no,
Oh
yeah.
God.
Like instant death kind
Yeah.
of thing? Yeah, okay. Yep.
You're a pink mist.
Your head goes up like a melon.
I wanna-
it's Gallagher. Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
try to frickin' stab Janice's dumb face. Not right in the face, but I want to try to stab Janice.
She
I
has a
Okay,
shotgun.
don't. Just not loaded anymore, is it, Dwight?
I don't know what kind of shotgun was it.
Well, it's a pump shotgun. So
Okay,
she's-
well,
she'd have to
maybe
rack it.
maybe I'm quick enough. I guess we'll find out. Let's see
All right.
who has more luck
What-
left over. Brawl?
Butterfly?
Remember the Sarah Connors?
Is it
Yeah.
brawl?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spend. Oh my God. I would have needed to spend 35 luck in
Mhm.
order to make this work.
Yeah.
Guess how much luck I have left?
34.
30 fucking 4. So I guess I don't spend luck. What
Nope.
happens?
Well, you lunge for her. she manages to back away in time, and your swing misses. You see this happen, Wallace. Jack, you see this as well. She's coming at it. You're both in shock. You saw Timmy. Jack, that was your
and then I
best
didn't see
friend.
Timmy.
And then you didn't see Timmy. And we're gonna get to you. We're gonna get to you in a minute, Jack, because you're on the sand right now. The sand is sort of beginning to bubble around you as you see all these silver beetles begin to boil out of the sand around you. But we'll get to you in a second.
We'll come back to that.
We'll come back to that. Yeah, Wallace, what are you doing?
I've drawn this revolver on Janice.
You pointed at Janice, and Butterfly came past you and tried to stab Janice. She kind of stepped back. And
all right, so but put it down, baby. Put it down. Put it down.
And
put down the shotgun.
Tear-filled eyes look at you, Wallace. Make them stop. We have to save Jimmy.
Killing everybody's not going to save Jimmy. Put the gun down.
Make them stop. And I think she would kind of lower, looking at you, she would lower the shotgun.
I have recovered.
You hear a scream coming from the sand. Jack, you see all these metallic-looking beetles kind of broiling out of the sand around you. If you've ever seen The Mummy, it's kind of like that. They're just kind of swarming up, and they're all coming at you from different directions. What do? You're laying on your back in the sand at the moment.
I'm not sure if it's the beetles or the fact that Janice just blew Timmy's head off. But thank you. That actually reminds me. Everyone's going to need to make a sanity check for that one.
Oh,
100. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Fail.
All
right. I failed that by a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, I as well.
Butterfly 3.
Oh my god.
Jack 4. Actually, Janice 6. Wallace?
How does it feel?
You're muted, friend. I think.
I failed. Yep,
I
failed.
Kieran.
5 for Wallace.
And that gets me below my 20%.
All right, give me a D10 roll, Wallace.
7.
Okay. Oh. You're sort of stunned by all this. You're unable to act for a little bit. You're just completely this can't be happening in mode. This isn't real. You believe almost like you're dreaming, like this can't be happening at the moment, and so for a moment you're sort of frozen. But Jack, you're freaking out. These things are coming around you.
I'm
screaming.
No, and I think in an effort to get away from both what I imagine is the now crumpled headless body of Timmy, and the horror.
You see some of the beetles kind of swarming over him as well because he kind of fell sideways.
I think I'm inadvertently moving further into the sand off of the path.
Okay, so you begin to backpedal.
Yeah, exactly. 100% crab walk, backpedal.
All right. Butterfly, what are you doing?
I have recovered, and I look at Janice, and I've just got this like crazy, like almost like animal look in my eyes, and I'm like, I'm gonna kill you, and I lunge at her again.
Okay. You kind of watch this happen, Wallace, almost like detached for a moment as this takes place. Butterfly, make your attack.
Oh, well, That is. I'm gonna spend luck. And
Okay.
that's gonna be a success.
All right. So just regular success. Janice, are you going to fight back or dodge?
Oh, I think at this point Janice will fight back.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you see Butterfly scream and run towards you with the knife. You go turn towards it with the shotgun. You make your attack roll. No. Yeah, a bonus die too, or yeah, bonus die.
Oh, that's a 16. So that is a hard success.
Okay.
The real question is it a quick one or is it a gut shot? That's the question.
Well, it depends on if she rolls in the 46.
Oh dear.
Yes, it does. I sure guess it does.
Does it?
It doesn't. No.
Well, those are low numbers, so that's
I think
10.
for
10.
10.
Oh, well, okay. So that puts me at 0 on the button. Is that
Okay.
dying? Dying?
Yeah, you're dying. You you take the shot and you fall back onto the stones.
Mm-hmm.
And you're kind of at this near the bottom of the steps as you kind of land on your back.
Mm-hmm.
Your knife goes tumbling away.
Mm-hmm.
Good thing our nurse just got beheaded.
And you're currently dying.
Yeah, I'm
think
like
Janice-
holding my stomach where she got me. And
I think Janice was like yelling at you as you were coming at her. She's like, back off, like this insane scream.
and I'm like coughing up blood. And I'm just like, she's gonna kill you guys. She's gonna kill all of you. She's gonna kill you both. And I just like I'm not looking good.
So these beetles begin to kind of get onto you, Jack, as they begin to bite you and bite into your flesh. And I need to are you going to dodge or fight back?
I feel, man, it's hard to tell because it's however you'd call it. I mean, I'm gonna be swatting at these things as they're crawling on me, so I don't know if that
it kind of makes sense. Yeah, fight back makes sense. Okay.
Okay. What is that then? Is that
you just make a brawl check.
a brawl check?
Yep.
Let's see. That is a fail.
Okay. So you're going to take 4 points of damage as these things begin to kind of climb all over you, biting into you.
I have 1 hit point left.
Okay. Yeah. Wallace, you're looking between Janice. You're looking at Butterfly gasping for breath on the ground, unconscious. You're looking at Jack as these shiny beetles begin swarming over him, and somewhere off behind you, you hear this little girl giggling with laughter.
And I'm just kind of like blindly, she's gonna kill you. She's gonna kill you. She's gonna kill you.
You managed to come out of your sort of dazed state, Wallace, though.
Mm-hmm. I'm in tears now. Again, pointing this gun at Janice. I just put it down, Jan. Put down the gun. What the fuck is happening? Put down the gun.
Janice, you hear a voice.
Oh no.
He never loved you. Look what he's doing. He's pointing a gun at you, Mommy. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. Make a power check.
Do it. Fail. You spent all your luck. What a shame.
Okay, so I rolled a 71, but I am going to spend 6 power to 6 luck to succeed. Can I do that?
You needed a hard success, unfortunately.
Hard success? Well, I have a lot of luck.
Do you? Okay.
I do. So I am going to spend what I need. So a hard success would be 32. I rolled a 71. So what is that?
39.
39. I had 70. So
Wallace. Wallace.
So I'm going to spend the 39 points to get the
Okay.
hard success.
So she's pointing the shotgun at you, Wallace, and she's trembling. You can see her face as the gun is shaking in her hand. And you see her finger sort of tighten on the trigger. You see her apply a pound of pressure, a little bit more, and she's slowly applying more and more pressure. And for the briefest instant, you think that's it. And then she turns the gun on the girl and pulls the trigger. Make an attack roll.
Okay. Just a regular one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The little girl's pretty much standing like almost in between the two of you at this point, as she was
God.
giggling and laughing.
Oh, that's not good.
Luck, you have so much luck.
I have 31 luck left. Can I get it down? 7, 8, 31. No, I can't spend enough luck to make it a success. So I
Okay.
fail.
Okay, so. Oh, did you use your bonus die?
Oh, no. Oh, I get a bonus die?
Because you're point blank range.
Point blank, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, it's exactly the same. So
Jesus. Oh.
I thought that was optimistic. Oh, but no.
Yeah. Nope.
No.
Same thing. Okay. Yeah. So she turns and runs just as you shoot, and
Do I get a shot?
and you both watch as she changes. You see her grow, and her body begins to change and morph, and you suddenly see an older man with white hair, a clerical collar, a dark suit, black pants, beautifully pressed. He looks very clean, and he says, well, you have come a long way, haven't you? I think it's time you meet my siblings. And he kind of raises his hands, and out from nooks and crannies, you see all these small dark children, almost like they're like the things that got you in the truck, and they begin to come out of the buildings and move out, and one of them who's nearby, you see he is he begins kind of crawling up the steps toward you, and you see some others crawling up, and they begin sort of closing it around you, and from behind him you see a woman step out from the shadows. She is voluptuous, long hair, but you can see her skin is scaled, not flesh. And as you watch, she begins to turn into this large serpent, and he kind of looks at you both and says, "Feeding time." And they all swarm in around you.
I shoot Janice,
Oh.
and then I shoot Jack,
I'm just gonna put all the death
and then
scenes
I
up.
shoot myself.
All right. Yep.
And poor Butterfly is left dying.
Just gotta.
I am still. Oh God, I'm still alive, you asshole!
I thought you were down. No, you were dying.
Nope.
No,
I mean, I
she's
can
just
shoot
dying.
you.
Breathing.
I have enough. Yeah, I can do that. I'll shoot all 3 of them, and then I'll turn the gun on myself if I have
You
time.
already killed yourself.
You already
I
killed
thought she was
yourself.
dead.
You can't
Sure.
retcon it now. It's fine. It's
You
fine.
thought she was dead, but you know,
The last thing
the
Butterfly
last camera
sees
shot
is
is of her opening her
hands,
eyes,
like-
just as the
as
as
the
these
hands
things-
come
Oh, man.
across.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, that's
Swim
Well,
around
I'm
it.
not going to sleep tonight.
Holy cow.
That
I have
was-
never been so happy for a game to run long.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thanks
sorry,
for that.
Dwight.
Thanks for that, Dwight. By the way.
Oh yeah,
appreciate you
no,
hanging in there.
I wasn't about to make that one.
Yeah,
No,
That
we.
was short. So
I
We
think
were-
we
we were so
realized what was
close, yeah.
happening.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tamiko in the chat says, "What did we learn? Kids suck."
Kids suck.
Yeah. Shoot the kid.
True.
Oh my
kids.
gosh.
Yeah, that was the
oh.
that there was the Reverend Mordecai, the
Mhm.
leader of
Oh,
Dust
good.
Brothers.
That's good to know now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
Mordecai Osteen, and and she was the serpent priestess who was sort of, well, she was his mother and his lover, but
Oh,
was-
God.
As you do.
Because
As you do.
Texas,
Yeah.
right? So
Why did we have
Yeah.
to throw that stat in there?
well,
Because
it-
snakes.
Oh.
you have the book. You'll be able to read the backstory of them and all.
right.
So, but,
I'm so
yeah.
ready to dig into this book now.
Same. Oh my God.
Everjay in the chat, who lives in Texas, is saying, "Hey now,
Wow. Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
careful, we got friends in Texas."
The stars
Man,
at night are big
so-
and bright.
I'm from Georgia. I can say stuff like that. So
There
A
you go.
couple times I dropped, and just now I dropped the link to where you can actually purchase this adventure on Drive-Thru RPG. I had trouble finding it because I realized I wasn't signed in. It's adult content, so you have to be signed in to even
Yeah.
see it.
Mhm.
But
It's so
Alex,
adult.
oh my gosh, Alex, this has been an
Alex.
incredible.
Oh my God.
This has been incredible, and this session was just bonkers.
Yeah, I had no idea it was going to turn out like that. That was amazing.
So just
Thank
for
you.
the
Thank you all.
record,
that was beautiful.
Wallace has
Thank you.
4 mercy killings to his name.
Yes, Wallace, babe,
Right.
you're amazing.
Yep.
When I mean, things were already getting pretty tense and crazy, but when Janice blew Timmy's head off, oh my
Yeah, that
gosh.
Yeah.
I
Oh.
shouldn't have said anything. I feel bad because I was the one that pointed out that little girl was being creepy F, and I'm sorry.
I was so stunned I forgot that I had set up the "You Have Died" death screens for a few minutes. I had set those. It's called a Cthulhu. I knew if ever we were going to need them.
It's
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's fair.
But
Yep.
this was
Insult and injury.
this was absolutely incredible. I know quite a few people that were with us in chat are joining us for the first time tonight, and I mentioned in chat earlier, but you can go to youtube.com/mini terrain domain, and you can find the previous 3 sessions in a playlist, Highway of Blood. And in a couple days, I have to wait at least a couple days to get past Twitch exclusivity, and then I will post this one in there, and the whole series will be available to watch in VOD on YouTube.
Yeah, binge watch them all. It's worth it.
It's
Oh.
oh my
is
gosh,
such a
this
great
was
group.
such a great.
Yeah.
This is literally this playing this scenario is literally the second time I've ever played Call of Cthulhu. I had played one session once before, sort of a one shot, and barely dipped my toes in the insane waters. This was absolutely incredible. I love the flavor of the 1970s scenario that you and DBJ and I saw Ian popped in a little while ago. Ian Christensen,
he's basically the co-writer on this one
from Fantastic Dimensions. And
the nice thing about this is it's different every time. Like you could have people playing this with the same characters because they're given they're given along with the scenario, and you're going to get entirely different. Although Butterfly was a unique one, I because we had an extra player so I created Butterfly. She's a one-off, but maybe I can make her available on like for as a freebie or something.
Yeah.
For people who want to run.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Honestly, I'm
Yeah,
so
she's
sad I didn't
downloadable
have her-
content.
That's right. I'm so sad I didn't have her in the The original.
She's-
She starts off on the player select screen as a silhouette with a
Right,
question
right.
mark on her, and you
Yeah,
unlock her later in the
exactly,
game.
Right. Unlock Butterfly.
She's such an
Unlock
incredible
Butterfly,
character brought to life by Carrie because
Oh my god.
Oh,
I thought early on the way we were, if you watch the first sessions, it looked like Jack and Kate were going to hit it off.
I thought so too.
And
I
then
thought so too.
and then lines were crossed and I think what really happened was when we split,
Mhm.
because we weren't together, we didn't experience things together.
Yep.
I think that little scenario would have played out differently. I mean, you think about that, the party split when you got 5 people,
Mhm.
that any way that we split the party, different things
Was
would have
gonna be-
happened. And it's so weird. We had that one session that Karen couldn't make it. And it's so weird how integral that you're not being here, Karen, how much that played into the story though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because of what
Oh,
Alex did with it. So this was absolutely phenomenal.
Crazy good. Crazy.
Mhm.
Just I couldn't
No
have,
pun intended.
I mean, and
Right.
just an extra bonus to have you run it for us, Alex. For those that don't know,
appreciate it.
Alex has been running some just kick-ass games for years, and I've watched a number of things that you've done, and we've played together, Alex and Carrie and a couple of the others here in Halloween one shots. It's become an annual tradition to run a Halloween one shot that I run. So it was an honor to have you run this, something that you put together, Alex, and have this just. Yeah, this was just amazing. I can't say any more
Thank
about
you.
it.
Mhm.
Thank you.
It was
anytime.
absolutely
Yeah,
incredible.
it's my pleasure.
So I do want to say a tremendous thank you to everybody's hanging out with us in the chat. We had quite a few people hanging out and watching things. And hey, real quick though, I think Ian is asking in the chat, Alex. He wonders how much of the book you used. 30%, 50.
Oh, geez, it's hard to say. I know there's a lot that gets missed. Like there's a
Oh.
whole there's a whole mining camp. There's a whole
There's
the
so
old-
much of
there's the old
Abattoir
uranium
we
mines.
did not see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's at least 50%
I think,
more to this.
and he's
It's
saying
very sandboxy. So
he's
it's-
saying in the chat, I don't think he says I don't think I've ever had a run use more than a third so far. But what I think
Yeah.
that says is hearing that and hearing the way Dwight is already kind of planning to run something in the future with it, and the way you ran it, it sounds to me like it's just super replayable.
Oh
Oh,
god.
absolutely.
Even within
yeah.
the same group, I feel like if the same group rolled up different characters, different character
Yeah,
styles, you
Say
could
we
run
did.
through
we ran a
I
play
was-
test
I was-
as a as a kind of like True Detective kind of scenario with two FBI agents, and that's very different because they're actually investigators looking for missing persons. So it's it can be done a whole bunch of different ways. I made up a bunch of stuff to go with this unique group, like Jimmy and his mom. They were sort of a sort of new thing, but that's the great thing about it. You can bring in missing people if you want to make it more interesting, and so there's a lot you can do with it.
Yeah, so as I was saying, just a huge thank you to everybody who hung out with us, and I've dropped that link in there, or you can go to Drive Through RPG and you can check it out. Make sure you're signed in and adult, so you can view adult content, and check out the VODs on Twitch. We will be tomorrow night. We will be returning here with you'll see Em and I here for the Dawnbringers season 4 episode 5 as we continue that adventure, and then I believe I'll be over on Master the Game with Juice on Saturday over on YouTube as we continue our Descent into Avernus campaign. And then of course you can find Em and Karen and me and a couple others here on Sunday for our continuation of what will be episode 70 of Tomb of Annihilation.
Holy cow.
So be sure, we've been playing that game for 2 years and 7 months, and we are almost
That's awesome,
done
guys.
with that campaigan.
It's done?
they're level 14 and they're on the final level. They just opened up the Cradle of the Death God, in the Tomb of
doesn't sound
Annihilation.
good.
So yeah. So I mean,
that sounds like a fun one. When are we
right?
playing that? Okay, when are you guys doing that? I'll be in. I'll be there.
So yeah, that's Sunday night. Sundays at 8:30. And then actually, I'm gonna say, because it's my channel, I can promote whatever the hell I want. Head over on Sunday afternoon, from 4 to 7 p.m. Eastern, 1 to 4 Pacific, over to Satine Phoenix's Gilding Light. I'm actually producing the Soul Searching by Lily Sparks. It's a part of a series of games that Satine is promoting, all female DMs, and I'm honored to be able to produce that game for Lily Sparks. I'm not in it, I'm just producing it, but check it out. It's just a wonderfully fun magical girl game. Like literally they call it magical girl. They get magical girl transformations when they move through the dimensions. It's amazing. So check that out. And of course, once again, just a huge thank you to Alex for running us through this, for Dwight, Karen, Carrie, and M. It was an honor to die alongside all of you as we slowly went insane. This was just a blast. So with that,
A blast.
yeah, it was a shotgun blast.
It was indeed.
So with that, we
but,
are going to go ahead and get out of here. And I will say to those that know, sometimes I hang out in the MTD Discord for an after show. I have a voice chat called After Show Chat.
There's an MTD Discord. Why wasn't I?
If you're on the Twitch, just go down below. There's a link to it, or I can message you the Discord link.
Okay.
I keep getting yelled at because I'm not apparently not telling people there's a Discord.
You didn't tell me.
There's a Discord.
It's fine. It's
They're
fine.
invited you, Carrie.
It's fine. It's fine. Thanks.
But yeah, there's I'm not going to do it tonight because of the late hour. But a lot of times I'll go in for 20 or 30, 40 minutes after a game and just hang out with anybody that wants to come hang out. But I invite all of you, if you want to go talk about the game in voice chat or whatever, go for it. The link is down below here on Twitch. With that, we are going to go ahead and end this stream the same way we end every stream. And for Highway of Blood, this will be the last time we say this as we head out of here with a...